All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're continuing with Armored Core 100%. I think we'll maybe finish Silent Line. I don't know. I don't feel confident saying that anymore. Because I've said this is like the third time that I've thought we're going to finish it on this stream. And the last time, well, it wasn't last stream either. The last time that I thought that was like 2 streams ago. So at this point, I just don't even know what to think with Silent Line. It's the game that never ends. I'm actually curious about this now. Cheetos and Doritos, they're close enough. They're both cheese, right? Hold on. All right, you have to choose one, chat. You can't say yes. You can't say both. You have to choose one. I would probably choose Doritos. I don't love either. I think they're both good. But I'm not like super into one or the other, right? If I had to choose one, I think I would choose Doritos because of the flavors. But, oh, Flamin' Hot Cheetos are a thing as well. So I don't know. I don't know. My conclusion, I don't know. Probably Doritos, maybe. But I don't want to give up Flamin' Hot Cheetos either. To be honest, those are just the better Cheetos. Oh, also, the sun is kind of out today. It's just been like sun, clouds, sun, clouds, sun, clouds. So the lighting is going to be a nightmare. It's just not going to happen today. Simply put, with one of my ceiling lights, that was a whole word. With one of my ceiling lights, there we go, still out of commission. The lighting is just all out of whack here. It's so dependent on the natural lighting right now, and the sun just keeps coming out and then getting hidden by the clouds, so it's just gonna be up and down. This is not raining. It's true. At least if it was raining, it would just be dark in here. Like it would just be dark and I'd be like, yep, this is what we're doing. This is it. This is what we got. But it's gonna change like throughout the stream. The lighting's just gonna go up and down the whole time. I just remembered that on Facebook Marketplace, a bunch of old men sell their old stuff without knowing what price they can get for it. I check out stuff near my city, and one guy is selling a PS2 copy of Silent Hill 3 for €1. Buy it. Even if you just resell it, it's worth more than €1.
It's come to our attention
Buy
that
it.
Garage is accelerating plans to establish a main assault force made up entirely of AI-controlled units. Kisaragi has been assisting them in this effort. Kisaragi's involvement does not.
I just saw what Ryan said.
The company has been struggling to stay on its feet, and this arrangement.
But I gotta get back to these S ranks. There's like 7 of them left or so, roughly speaking.
And destroy the AI prototypes stored there.
For like over 60. Whoa. eBay, it depends on the condition of the game.
Inflict as much damage on the facility as possible.
It depends what you're talking here. My Ace Combat 6 that I just bought, some people were kind of surprised that I said that I bought it for $30, but it's a complete in-box copy, like with the manual, and the box isn't damaged. My headphones are way too loud. Is the game loud on stream? Just tell me if it is. My headphones were way too loud. Yeah, like box was in perfect condition, disc was in perfect condition, has the manual, like all that. And Ace Combat 6, you know, it's a game that like lifetime global sales, it sold like 400,000 copies. So there's not a ton of physical copies out there for this game, because that's total sales. That's not even just physical sales. Like, that's the game's total lifetime sales. including the digital release. So like, it's just, there's not a ton of them. So all things considered, I felt pretty good when I got that for 30 bucks. I'm assuming if you're getting like 60 for Silent Hill 3 nowadays, it's gotta be a perfect condition copy, probably. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked. I have a physical copy of Silent Hill 3, but I would assume that it needs to be like a perfect condition sort of thing to get that much. Maybe not. Maybe the game is just like weirdly valuable for reasons that I don't understand. Not while I'm sipping. But you could just genuinely flip that game. Like, even if you can't get 60, you could turn $1 into $30. That's not so bad. That's really not so bad. That's like a free $29, basically. Because, like, what's the risk on the input there? $1. That's not risky. That's not risky at all. Unless you really need that $1, maybe. Why you guys gotta be hiding behind the walls like that? Making me use extra bullets. What was I about to say? I had something off of that. I don't remember what it was. I lost it. Also, Ryan, are you lying to me, or did you actually just recently go to the store and buy a bag of both Cheetos and Doritos? This feels like too perfect of a coincidence to me. I am pressing X to doubt. Legit. It is actually kind of hard. At first I was like, oh, Doritos, you know, Cool Ranch, you got like the spicy nacho or whatever it's called. You know, like there's good variety with the Doritos. And I feel like when I eat Cheetos, I feel awful afterwards. They might be too cheesy. Cheetos make me feel like shit. I can't be the only one, right? Like my body hates me after I eat Cheetos. Doritos, you know, there's a little bit of that, but nowhere near the degree that I get it with Cheetos. With Cheetos, it's like noticeably bad. Unless it's Cheeto Puffs. The Cheeto Puffs are chill and pretty good, actually. I don't mind the Cheeto Puffs. Welcome back to Tank bounces around the silent line all day, every day. This is how you get S ranks, ladies and gentlemen. Bouncy Tank. Oops, I did not mean to press that. Oh, but Flamin' Hot Cheetos are genuinely, they're so good. Can I give those up? Is that an exchange that's worth it? A Cool Ranch Doritos. I say it like I eat either of them on a regular basis. I don't. I don't eat either of them regularly at all, but I'm just, you know, theoretically, if I could never have one again, if I had to give one up to keep the other. Maybe I should eat more Doritos. Maybe it would make me a better gamer if I ate more Doritos. Metal Gear? Oh, Metal Gear Rex or an MT from Armored Core? I don't know. I feel inclined to say Metal Gear Rex, but I feel like it's just kind of... I think it's because in the Metal Gear universe, the Metal Gear gets like played up so much. But like, could it actually go toe-to-toe with stuff from the Armored Core universe? That's really the question. Like, in the context of the Metal Gear universe, Metal Gear is a really big deal. The universe is named after it, of course. But like, I just think about what Metal Gear Rex is. And then I look at what I'm playing right now, and considering that they're like about the same size, because they would be about the same size. I don't know. AC is power scaled to shit. It kind of is. Just like look at it, right? Like when I really start thinking about it, even though I felt the instinct to say Metal Gear, I don't know if I can. This stuff is just so powerful. The answer is probably Raiden, though. That's probably the answer. Stream shouldn't have dropped anything, no. Hopefully none of that nonsense today. It's been doing that too much. Absolutely shat itself. No drop frames on OBS. Only played Revengeance. The rest of the series good? Yes. Yes. But again, we all know the real answer is Raiden. Raiden beats both. Probably. You know how many Metal Gears Raiden has killed? Like, even like I'm kind of joking about Revengeance. Like I'm joking about MGR a little bit. But even in Solid 2, like Raiden kills what? 5 Metal Gear Rays in that game? 5. It is 5. I remember. So I think it's Raiden. Not a next? Probably not. Probably not. Considering that Metal Gear would be at about the same level or weaker than like these ACs, I don't think he would be able to beat a next. Like he can beat an AC probably, but not a next. I would say.
Mission complete. Combat systems disengaged.
But probably an AC. Maybe. At the top of mecha power scaling. I have no frame of reference, but I'd believe it. I would buy it. They're kind of ridiculous. When the power scaling of Gen 4 Armored Core is literally just like off the bat, right? You are so powerful in a next that the armored cores of previous generations, like the armored cores from the first 11 games in the series, are like cannon fodder to you. They can't even like hurt you because you're just so fast and so big and pack so much firepower. Like, yeah, the power scaling, I'd believe if it's just absurd, like across all mecha stuff. I would believe it. I'm gonna wait for Charlie to read it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna act like I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Their current situation is one
I'm waiting.
of fairly controlled chaos.
Give him a minute. Sometimes he takes his time.
That cannot be ignored. With their attention focused elsewhere, we plan to move a flight of transports through Archive airspace. Be aware, frequent electromagnetic storms present a constant threat when traveling through this region.
I don't remember this one.
These storms limit visibility and inhibit the performance of all electronic
Where the hell is the
instruments.
alert?
If the transports were to come under attack during
Needs
a
to
storm,
memorize it.
Wouldn't stand a chance. Please escort them through the area safely.
Do I remember this one? I might. Where the hell is he? All right, I'm reading it.
Looks pretty bad.
I haven't played Mech Warrior. I'm not a mech guy generally. Like mecha, I have
Switching to
no
manual control. Hold on.
experience with it outside of Armored Core. But when I was a kid and I was playing on my dad's original Xbox that I would just play on when I was little, right? He had Mecha Assault 2 on there. So I know that I played a little bit of that when I was like little, but I don't remember any of it. I just know that I played it. Aha! Worker strike. I'm just not paying him enough.
They're not responding.
Have you taken a look at the Mech Warrior franchise?
Raven, do what you can.
No, I have not taken a look, Charlie. Although I do think I'm gonna put it on the list for reviews at some point down the line. I don't want to like shoehorn myself into the mecha space and like get stuck in that. But I do think that I'll add it to the polls eventually. Thank you for the 5. Tevin? It's like Kevin with a T. I'm going with Tevin. Oops. This mission kind of sucks. Hear me out. This mission is kind of not that fun. What is Steel Battalion? It must be played with the controller. Wait, is this one of the like really ridiculous controllers that got shown to me on stream? Because there were a couple games that had like obscene controllers that people had me look up a while ago.
Cargo doors.
Is this one that I've seen before? Oh my god, my hair is falling down. It's you know what? We make it work. I didn't die. The product in my hair has like worn out. I had to get up and out early this morning to give someone a ride to the airport. So I should have just not done my hair beforehand, especially with how long it is right now. It's too heavy to stay held up. Clearly, it's a mess. I need a haircut, but where's the time? Hello? I will Google the controller though, because I'm curious. Just after I get this this first try S rank right here, clearly. Farther in than most. Actually got me off Helldivers. You know what I just saw, actually? Speaking of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, their exclusivity deal with Sony for this game is very short. The deal that they signed with Sony to be a PS5 exclusive is only from now through May. But after May, they can put it on other platforms as they please. Which I thought was surprising. Because that's a lot shorter than even like the Final Fantasy 16 deal that they had. 3 months and then it genuinely might only be PS5 exclusive for like 3 months. Which, I mean, is probably a good thing, all things considered. B. There are some backdoor shady dealings. Oh, I know the backdoor dealings. PC is cool, Xbox is not. Oh, you guys want to hear, not shady, you guys want to hear some scummy shit that happened in the industry the last couple days? Some of you have probably heard it if you keep up like I do. Jim Ryan, current PlayStation CEO, he's stepping down literally in like 3 days, which is extra important for this story. He only has like 3 days left as PlayStation CEO.
Switching to manual control. Hold on.
And about a week ago, or I think it was like 5 days ago, something like that, he visited some of PlayStation's offices in, I believe, London.
Falcon 2.
And then 3 days after he was there, he announced publicly that he had made the decision, and he clarified completely of his own accord. It was his decision and his decision alone to close that studio that he had just gone and visited 3 days prior. He didn't tell them while he was there. He announced it publicly on Twitter like 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever the timeline is. And in 3 days, he's stepping down as CEO. Like, he's not even gonna be there anymore. He's leaving in 3 days. What is he doing? Why did he do that? Like, sure, if you believe that they need to be shut down for the future of the company, whatever. But the fact that he was so clear about the fact that this wasn't coming from like some board, that this was purely his decision, and the fact that he visited them like 2 days before announcing it, clearly he was planning on shuttering the place before he visited. You don't just make that decision and go from, you know, initial thoughts to actually doing it 2 days later. Like, what are you doing, Jim? And people wonder why when he announced that he would be stepping down, I said that it was a good day for the industry. People questioned when I said that. They were like, what do you mean? Jim Ryan is perfectly fine. And I was like, no, he's not. I really don't like him. Basically, go fuck yourself. Really, like, it was just, that's unnecessarily cruel, right? It's not just me. Like, that's just such an asshole move all around. Did you see the selfie? Oh my God, I did. I saw the picture. Yeah, while he was there, he took like a big group picture with all the staff, and they were all like so ecstatic to have him there. Like, you could just see in the picture. It's just, it's so messed up all around. Just such a bad, like, that's probably going to be the last like big action that he takes at Sony before he steps down, right? Like, this is probably going to be the last like noteworthy story in the news cycle about Jim Ryan, other than his actual stepping down. Oh shit, they're still attacking that? Okay, well, mistakes have been made. I don't think I can fly back up there. We go for it. It's not looking so good. Okay. Do you see the Pokemon Legends Zaza? What? No. What Zaza? Persona 3 Reload? Any interest in that at all? Probably not. I don't typically like JRPGs very much. And I've never played Persona in general, so I don't know. But they sound really long. And yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy Final Fantasy well enough when we played that for stream, the original Final Fantasy. Oh, the controller, my bad. I did enjoy Final Fantasy 1 well enough, but I think part of, like, I remember saying when we played it that Steel Battalion, that was the game. That part of what I enjoyed about it was that it was actually pretty brief, because I feel like JRPGs are normally way too drawn out. Yeah, you guys have shown me this one before. I recognize this. You guys have shown this to me. You got, oh my God, what is this, dude? The pedals and the, oh Jesus. This is an Xbox game? So wait, like, this is the actual controller, right? Like, you press all the buttons and stuff here, and then this, yeah, here we go, this is a better picture. The pedals you actually put like down below the desk. I mean, it's cool, but like, Jesus Christ. Is this, that's Armored Core. That's Armored Core 6. Someone has worked out how to play Armored Core 6 with a Steel Battalion controller. Oh my God. That's legendary. Getting Armored Core 6 working with it, that's next level. That's so good. A selfie? Hold on, while I'm tabbed out real quick, let me try to find the picture with Jim Ryan. Just to drive home, like I could sit here and tell you that the staff at the studio looked happy. Let me see if I can get this picture. I did not like the tweet on Twitter, apparently. Oh, I got it. Maybe. And that's super low resolution. Is it going to be like that if I open the full thing? Yep. Like, it's so low res that you can barely see their faces. For a second, I was like, oh, I got it. Oh, here, wait. Yes. Yes, I got a good resolution picture of him with the staff at the studio. You guys ready for this? This is him. Look at him. This is him. This was tweeted by one of the employees at the studio, by the way. This is the only reason that this picture is public, is that one of the employees tweeted it. And it said, like, farewell, Jim Ryan, you know, whatever. This is the face of a man who is visiting the studio knowing damn well that they are getting shut down in 2 days and they don't know about it. This is the face of a man in that exact situation. You know why? Because this is a man in that exact situation. It's just, you see the picture and you're like, oh, Jim, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? That's evil. Like, comically evil.
This is Falcon 2.
AC6 looks so fun with that. It would be wild with that.
Roger that.
I'm excited to play the new Pokemon. My lips are sealed. Insert Pal World joke here. Blah, blah, blah.
They're not responding.
I wasn't too keen on Pal World either, to be fair.
Raven, do what you can.
Oh, that hurts. We're out here for S ranks, man. What are you doing? Surprised you haven't done Halo yet? Halo is currently the top voted option for the next series. It will probably swing around. Like, who knows how that'll work out? Because historically, when I've done polling for the next review series, it's just gone all over the place. But currently, Halo is at the #1 spot for the next one, which would be a little different because I have played Halo extensively throughout my life. It wouldn't be like a first-time journey sort of thing. But I'd probably get used to it like a video or two in. I guess Metal Gear Rising, when we eventually get up to that with the Metal Gear series, that'll be like my first dipping my toes in with that. Because hilariously, I played Rising like 3 years ago, before I played any of the rest of the Metal Gear games. And like, the game is a damn good time, even without having played the other Metal Gears. But the thing with it was, I had no clue what they were talking about in the story. Like, at any point, I was so genuinely clueless the entire time. Helldivers 2 stream when? I don't feel like Helldivers 2 looks great. Looks really fun. But because I missed the initial window because I was like waiting for server stuff, I'm now kind of waiting for sale. Because I've said it before, on PC, it really is like, unless you're buying the game day one, you can just wait. And like, inevitably, every game on PC goes on sale for like 50% off. Unless it's like Call of Duty, because Activision is Activision. Parry practice stream? I don't need it. I'm just that goated with the parries.
Mirage has an urgent assignment. They want you to lead an ambush against Crest.
Who are those? Oh, parry practice as an MGR. I thought you meant Elden Ring. I thought this was a joke about my recent Elden Ring streams.
Decision is yours to make. Please board the transport
but
you accept.
with Halo, I have recently been playing through the games with a friend on her stream. She had never played any, and she picked up Master Chief Collection for like 20 bucks. And so we've just been blasting through all the Halo games together. But she's been playing them for the first time. So I do have a very recent like look at the fresh perspective of it. So far, Halo 3 is her favorite. And I made sure to call her a basic bitch for it.
Thanks for
We
your
just
help.
finished Halo Reach like last Saturday night. Like a few nights ago, we just finished Halo Reach. So that's where we're at. We'll be starting 4 sometime soon.
Mission complete.
And I actually think she's gonna like 4. I don't mind 4. I think that she's gonna like it, like genuinely like it. Her thing, after Halo 3, like when we were playing ODST, she was like, you know, this game is fine. Like, it is just Halo 3. But why are we not playing as Chief? And I was like, uh-oh. And then we played Reach, and we finished it the other night. And when we finished, you know what she asks me? I say that Halo 4 is next, and she goes, is Chief back in that one? Do we play as Chief again in that one? She genuinely, on her stream the other night, she was like, I thought Reach and ODST were okay. I didn't like not playing as Master Chief, though. So genuinely for her, she's like, the games are fine. I would have rather played as Chief. Stupid to not play as Master Chief. Which, fair enough. I just thought it was really funny when she started like ranting about it the other night. That she didn't like not playing as Master Chief. And I think that with Halo 4 will probably be a big point of enjoyment for her, because Chief actually starts to talk and behave like a human being in Halo 4. So I think that she's gonna really like it just for that. Is a Chief simp. She hasn't said any simpy things yet, but she genuinely, she's like, there are 3 characters in Halo that I like. It's Chief, Arbiter, and Sergeant Johnson. Everyone else in this series, I don't care. She's like, those 3 are all I need. Probably Cortana. She didn't specifically say Cortana the other night, but she really was like, those are the characters I like.
This is
Cortana's kind of a given with Chief, you know, like they're 2 halves of a whole sort of thing.
We require immediate assistance.
I got 5 S ranks left, by the way. 5, and then we're done. With S ranks. But the S ranks are the hardest thing we have to do. So, great progress once I'm done with this.
Is overwhelmed. Right now their efforts are concentrated on the ground attack.
What did she think about 2? She liked the story in 2, and she likes Arbiter. She thought that the gameplay was kind of not... Well, she thought it was worse than the first game. Which, like, in my opinion, Halo 2's core gameplay is better than CE's. But Halo 2's level design is a bit of a mess. Like, almost half of the levels in that game kind of suck.
Aircraft approaching.
And by kinda, I mean half the levels in that game suck. It is kind of a slog to get through Halo 2 if you're playing it front to back. I can't lie. Like, as a lifetime Halo fan, who on the whole, because of like multiplayer included, like if we're talking multiplayer and campaign, Halo 2 is probably my favorite Halo game. But like half the levels in that campaign suck. But when the levels are good in Halo 2, the game hits. It's just, man, a lot of that is rough to sit through again. Like, even when I was playing it with her, I was like, oh, I don't want to play this level, man. I don't. I've also said with Halo 2 a lot, and I still stand by it after replaying it with her, almost every single Arbiter level is bad. Like, genuinely, playing as the Arbiter, so cool. but like all of his levels suck. He has the worst levels, genuinely. Like Quarantine Zone, bro. Why is that level in the game? How did that make the final cut? How? The number of rooms where you stand around and kill. Yeah, like the levels are kind of bad in Halo 2. But like the game is good. It's just it has stuff like that. You know? Like it's such an up and down experience to replay Halo 2. And then, you know, you hear about like its development history, like how troubled its development was behind the scenes, and you're like, oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, I could see that. It makes so much of Halo 2 make sense when you hear about how bad the development was for it. Jesus Christ, this hair. Get this, chat. I hear that if everyone likes the stream right now, we get the S rank on this mission first try. That's what I heard from Miyazaki himself, who definitely has a say on this matter. Oh my god. Maybe not. That flamethrower hurts. Oh my god. I'm trying to keep up with this bitch.
Out of my way.
Oh, please. What was really cool replaying Reach, though, the other night, was seeing False's reaction, like, near the end, when we go to pick up Cortana. That actually, like, she was shocked. It completely caught her off guard. That was cool. Because I'm a bit of a Reach hater, admittedly. I think it's an okay game. But, like, among the Halo series, I feel like it's kind of mid. I feel like it just doesn't hit the peaks that the previous games do. But that was cool. I was also reminded that the second half of Reach is the way better half when we replayed. Because, like, I feel like the first few levels of Reach are not fun, but then there's a stretch near the end of just, like, good shit back to back to back. Yeesh. B rank? But yeah, Halo 2's levels are rough. Like, really. They hold the game back. I dare you to play through Spartan Ops. I'll bring it up and maybe we'll try it. But the thing is, we're not gonna play 5. Someone earlier said, don't let her near. Yeah, Dat Waffle said, don't let her near 5. We're not gonna play it, and it's not for the reason that you think. If we could play it reasonably, we would. It's only on Xbox. We would have to play it on Xbox.
Aircraft approaching. Don't let any of them land.
We would have to play it on Xbox, and I was like, yeah. So we could do 5, but we're gonna have to play on Xbox One, and she was already like, okay, because like she has a capture card, and I helped her set it up recently. So she was like, uh-huh. And then I was like, and you're gonna have to buy the game. Like, I own the game, but you're gonna have to buy the game. And the game is $60.
One of the helicopters touched
And yeah,
down.
we're just not gonna do Halo 5. We're gonna watch the cutscenes and just move it. She recently picked up Infinite for,
Take it out.
I think $25, she said it was just on sale for. I don't remember. But she just randomly, I wasn't even planning on having her get Infinite. I was like, yeah, we can just kind of chill after 4, I guess. Well, not because I was against the idea of it. I was just like, I'm not gonna try to talk her into buying another game. But then she messaged me randomly and was like, I just bought Halo Infinite. It's on sale. I was like, okay, sure. That game where you play as Chief for 2. You guys. It's 3 missions, okay? 3 of 15. All right, come on now. Come on. We have to be fair here, okay? 3 missions.
Water hazard identified.
Give her Halo Wars. She would not like Halo Wars.
AC target
She wouldn't.
identified. Commencing attack.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch the cutscenes for 5. That's all we're gonna do. It's like 2 hours to watch through the cutscenes about. Because the unfortunate thing is, Halo 5's story is really important. Because you guys, you gotta think about it, right? Imagine if you jumped from Halo 4, like the ending of Halo 4, to the opening of Halo Infinite. The more that you think about it, the more you're like, oh shit, yeah, you kind of have to know what's going on. Like, you have to know what happened in Halo 5. Because otherwise it makes no sense. Even with the amount of things that they tried to like write out of the story lazily in Infinite and just be like, yeah, this never happened, don't worry about it. You have to know. Like, you can't skip Halo 5. You would go from Cortana is dead to we are hunting down Cortana because she's evil. Like, you would just make that jump from the ending of 4 to the opening of Infinite, and you just be like, what? What? Huh? What did you just say? It would be wild if you tried to make that jump. Beat the series 100%. 100% for Halo, if you're doing achievements, it's bad. But like, I don't know. That's just the jump that happens that's not what happens from 4 to 5, okay? That's not what happens from 4 to 5. I'm not a 5 defender. I don't like Halo 5. But that's not what happens.
Enemy aircraft approaching.
Like, Halo 5 opens with like the mystery that she's maybe out there somewhere. And then slowly over the course of the game, you like track her down, and then she reveals that she's the villain near the end. That's not what happens in 5. Forge, though. I liked 5's multiplayer a lot. I thought it was really fun, but holy shit, the campaign, man. Just wow. Also, hello, Ryan. Halo 2 Lasso. We're not doing Lasso. I don't care what anyone says. We are not. We're not. You can't make me. I refuse to do it. This mission's a pain in the ass for S rank. A little bit. Oh my god, yeah. I've got to jump the bombs, but I've also got to not take damage and kill them. Thank God rankings are just busted as shit in old gen Armored Core. And literally all you have to do is just keep your expenses low and you'll get S rank. Hence laser tank build. For anyone who's wondering why this is the build that I'm trying to S rank the whole game with, it's because after a lot of experimentation, we realized that the only thing that really matters for rank in this game is just keeping your costs really low at the end of the mission. Hence why, like, you get a big rank boost if you don't take a consort, because you'll get like what, an extra 10k credits just for doing that. It's based on how many credits you get at the end, and that's legitimately it. So it's just like, how little damage can I take? Hence, huge defense tank build. And how little can I spend on ammo? Lasers. And this is the move. Like, this is just how you get S ranks on like the entire game.
Cobra and water hazard identified.
AC target identified.
We don't talk about Halo 5. The unfortunate reality is that we have to talk about Halo 5. Because it's in the middle of the trilogy. Like, you can't skip Halo 5 because it's fundamental to understanding Halo Infinite. Like, that is the unfortunate reality of Halo 5 is that we have to talk about it. We can't ignore it.
Out of my way.
You know, it's not like a Dead Space 3 where because it was the last game, we can just act like it never happened. It's not a Mass Effect 3 where because it's the ending, we can act like it never happened. Like, we have to. It happened. It affected the next game, and the next game was pretty solid. So, like, we enjoy talking about the next game, but if we want to talk about the next game, we have to talk about 5. It's unfortunate, really, how that all works out. Dude, these guys just deal so much damage. I kind of need to be faster. I might have to bring a mid-weight and try to just outmaneuver for this one. Because like, even with all the defense on the tank, it's just, I'm getting shredded through. I can't avoid the attacks.
Combat system disengaged.
Are fiending for content. Oh, if we do a review series, I'll do Halo Wars. I do the spin-offs for like Metal Gear and Ace Combat and stuff. It's like saying we need to talk about DMC2. What's hilarious with DMC2 is that we don't need to talk about it at all because the writers completely sidestepped it. They even rearranged the timeline of the games. They retconned the canon order of the games just so that we don't have to talk about DMC2, which is hilarious, which is so goddamn funny to this day. That when they were starting up the advertising stuff for DMC5 and they were like releasing those books, the comics, right? The manga, sorry. They rearranged the timeline so that DMC2 wouldn't be important. And it's still absolutely hilarious. They did it twice. They did do it twice. Where initially, well, actually, okay, they only did it once. Initially, it was just fans thought that DMC2 was at the end of the timeline. But then like one of the higher up guys on the team just came out and said like, no, it's in between 1 and 4. Or sorry, no, you're right. Sorry. No. First, it was at the end of the timeline after 4, right? So it was like, okay, but where's Nero? And then when they went to do the actual follow-up, they were like, ah, shit. And then they just moved it. They were like, actually, it took place before DMC4, but after DMC1. And because DMC2 is a completely self-contained story that's never referenced outside of itself, it was just kind of like, okay, sure, I guess. Can't be before 4. It is literally before 4. This FCS, I forgot to change the FCS back from the sniper version. So you're gonna talk about acid? Yes. I answered a comment in the MGS3 videos comment section asking about it. Acid is the next video for the Metal Gear series. It makes more sense to be before 4. It doesn't really make sense anywhere, to be honest. It's just kind of like, yeah, you can slap it down wherever you want. Unless you put it at the end of the timeline, it makes no sense. And if you put it not at the end of the timeline, obviously makes no sense. Oh shit, what is the normal one that I was using? I think it was this one. I think it was. SMT3, what? Hold on, pause. Fireteam Raven is better than 5's campaign. Call me crazy, I don't think I'll be able to do Fireteam Raven. Unless, is there a Dave & Buster's anywhere? Hold on. You think they'll let me record at a Dave & Buster's? There are a couple in Minneapolis. Do they have Fireteam Raven? Can I see what games they have? I don't think so. I can do my research. Main event?
Engaged.
I thought they were like primarily at Dave and Buster's, weren't they? At least that's what I had heard. That could have just been wrong. What the hell? I feel all wacky now that I'm playing so fast compared to the tank.
One of the helicopters.
Wait a second, I don't have the ammo this way. Okay. The chain gun is super expensive. This is not the run. There's still a couple things that need to be done. It only costs 17 grand to buy a machine. Bro. Can you imagine
One of the helicopters touched
the IRS when I'm like, okay, so my write-offs right here, they look it over real quick. To be fair, they're not gonna look at it until like 4 years from now, but they'll look at it and they'll be like, sorry, what is this? What is this transaction? And I'm like, oh, you heard of Halo Fireteam Raven?
Cobra and water hazard identified.
I did a video on it.
AC target identified. Commencing attack.
You made it inside. Destroy them immediately.
Ooh, that was a big hit for a stupid reason. I took the missiles anyway.
Out of my way.
Ow. Yeah, these guys still hurt. Oh my god, what a shit show. Jesus Christ. I'm just mashing the face buttons on my controller right now to try to B-hop around and just keep firing the rifle. How fucked is this? My AC, I'm gonna die. How many orbits do you have? He's out of ammo. No, he's not. Oh my god. Oh my god, he has more orbits. Are you shitting me? Oh, I thought he was dead. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Jesus.
Mission complete. Callback system disengaged.
You can capture card? How would I capture card it? It has an HDMI out? That's the only way I could capture card it. Does it have an HDMI output? Bird? Oh my god. How do you think Dave and Buster's would feel about me bringing like my laptop and an Elgato? If they have an HDMI out. Okay. First things first. I'm changing you because you're too expensive. I don't think they get paid enough to care. They might not. You might be right, is the thing. God, where the hell are... There's too many parts in this game. Oh, orbit cannon. Energy. Yeah. Let's go with that. That sounds good to me. It's a light game Halo or light gun. It's an arcade machine. But yeah, light gun Halo pretty much. Hold on. Oh, I own every back part already? Oh shit, when did that happen? Speaking of, I just need to get the part collection coming together still. We're still working on it. Damn, okay. We're getting places. We're really getting places with the part collection. Anyway. Does anyone know what a good orbit in Silent Line is? Or is this like the only one? Or is this the one that surrounds them? Is this the one that I'm getting hit with? Because I hate this shit. Can I hit them with this? Does anyone know? Does anyone know their Silent Line well enough? That's the surround one. I want this. My game plan is, honestly, I'm going to try to hit the quad leg with the one that surrounds him. And I think I'm going to try to hit the hover leg one first. I feel like he's dealing way more damage to me than the flamethrower is. But it's also one of those things where, like, once I focus on him and the flamethrower is just kind of going around doing his own thing, it might hurt more to leave the flamethrower alive. So I don't know, but we're going to see. The only way to find out is with a little strategy testing, you know? The only good way, anyhow. You guys leave me alone. I'm trying to shoot helicopters right now. I've somewhat readjusted to playing normal old gen Armored Core again. And by that, I just mean non-tank leg last gen. Or I keep saying last gen, old gen Armored Core. Anything that's not AC6 is old gen Armored Core, Cole. Come on. Keep it straight. It's too general. It does have an HDMI out. Just a pain to get behind them and working with staff. I'm sure that if I could just like call ahead and like, you know, give staff a heads up and then maybe bring someone along, like one of my buddies along, to like make sure that everything gets recorded. This would be such an endeavor. But man, it would be so cool for like a thorough review series. That's assuming there's even a machine somewhere in the city. I'll work on it. If we do Halo, that is. I'm not saying I'll work on it like today, because I'm not. I've still got to worry about like, how the hell am I doing MGS 5? Like, I gotta just focus on that for now. God. Dude, can you leave me alone? Like, actually, could you fuck off? It's this AC matchup. The mission is fine. It's this. This part of the mission that really blows. Would be such a flex, though. What, to have like an actual formal review of Fireteam Raven, like with good quality from the Elgato and all that? Don't sleep on that week. The MGS5 video inevitably is going to like break my Monday schedule.
Callback resumed.
There's just no way that it doesn't. And even then, from what I've heard, like there's a chance that MGS4 does that. It might break before. Jesus Christ, that was a B. I can search an S rank guide. I could pull up the one that I've used before. Hold on. I've opened this guide so many times, it immediately came up. One thing that I am gonna do, actually, hold on. No, what's the name of the mission? I don't even know the answer to that. It is Defend Mirage HQ. Kill water hazard first, since if you don't get stuck on anything, the flamethrower should never touch you. Whereas those pods are hard to dodge 100%. That's all he says. That's all he says. Review every FromSoft game? No. Series review and 100%. If people want it, I just go off of like interest from people who are currently watching whatever, like before I transition to the next thing. So right now, like Halo is the front runner. Wait, I didn't. Do you think? I'm gonna try this exact setup again. I'm gonna try to use Moonlight more against the hover leg one with the pods and the missiles. I'm gonna try to kill him faster. People still play Halo? Apparently. I don't know if it's so much that people like still actively play the multiplayer, but it's probably more just like it what's it called? I mean, people surely do. It still has a population. Better population than the Suicide Squad game. Sorry, had to be said. But I think it's more just people who have like fond memories of the games from back in the day. Infinite has 3,600 on Steam. That's a good number. Like, sure, it's not a peak industry number, but if you look at like the Steam player counts, you know, as soon as you get outside of even like the 10 most populated games on Steam, you're talking less than 100,000. Like that drop off is a lot steeper than a lot of people might think. 3,600 for purely the Steam player base for a game that like we all know is the majority of the player base is not on Steam. That's actually a good population.
Take it out. They're withdrawing. Good work.
I think a lot of people in the like multiplayer gaming scene though, they just assume that like if it's not one of the top games in the industry that it's a dead game, which is super crazy. The Halo Reach review would get cold jumped. Yeah, people have heard me talk my piece about Halo Reach before.
They made it inside. Destroy them immediately.
Oh, I hate him so much. Okay, this flamethrower bitch needs to get off of me too. What a shit show this fight is. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna moonlight him. I forgot how chaotic it is in here. Maybe an arm shield would be better just to reduce damage taken. Oh my god.
Out of my way.
Mission complete. Call back
Warhammer
to
40k Dawn of War? I haven't even heard of it, to be honest. Dawn of War? I mean, obviously I know 40k. A rank? That was better. What's taking longer? Silent Line or all of Ace Combat 3? Silent Line is not even close. We've played so much more. Hold on. We've played over 40 hours of Silent Line at this point. Hold on, let me check out this video too. Not enough bears? Imagine if they... I mean, Transformers has, like, you know, T-Rexes. Why does Armored Core not have bears? I ask. I'm just looking at his setup right now. I'm looking at what this guy used for his build. Okay. It's interesting. It's interesting. He's using reverse joint legs, which might be a big play, potentially. Transformers also has a gorilla. Great point. Very, very good point, actually. How are these? Let's just give those a go. They look like they might be a little heavy. I don't know. For the weapon? I've seen what he's using. It's a plasma rifle. Is it this? No. Ammo 10, ammo 20. Oh, I think it's this one. I see what's happening here. And then he also has a pulse rifle on the shoulder, a pulse cannon. And on the other shoulder, an ammo extension. Wait, what? Why is what not applied throughout the series? Oh, Armored Core 2 starter AC has a bear head. I was like, what did I miss? Yeah, the head of the starter AC in second gen does look a little bit like a bear. I can't lie. And you know what? Just to kind of seal the deal on this, rather than the moonlight, we are going to go with the trusty arm shield. Just to keep that defense up a little extra. Let's try this out. Can you color the bear head black and white? You probably could give it a panda-esque color scheme if you tried. Surely. Is this just everyone wants another Tekken stream? Everyone wants more ranked panda action? Is that what I'm hearing right now? I feel like that's just what I'm hearing right now.
Combat system engaged.
I genuinely feel more mobile with this setup. I'm tankier, I have more defense. This plasma rifle should kind of make it so that we just nuke the ACs near the end. In theory. Not ready. Kuma's still in the oven. You gotta get going on the Kuma. You gotta get going. Play some real Tekken. None of this Asuka bullshit. Take the training wheels off. Play the bear. I've seen more and more pro tier lists, by the way, and the bears are still considered like bottom tier, like some of the worst characters in the game from like professional players. My opinion, they just don't know how to play Tekken, clearly. If they did, they would know that the bears are godlike. Obviously, I know better. Me in my orange going on red ranks, I clearly know better. Obviously. God damn this. I have too much hair. I need a haircut. That's all it is. You know what? If he comes at me first, he can go first. He's way easier to target than Water Hazard. Shit. There we go. That should be pretty good. That should be pretty good.
Mission complete. Combat system disengaged.
Tekken 7 finals were Akuma versus Kuma. The best Tekken 7 character was Kuma versus a Street Fight character. No. It's not that Kuma was top tier. It's that the guy playing Kuma was top tier. Because Kuma and Panda in T7 were worse than they are in T8. Heat and just some of the general like grappling changes and stuff have made them better than they were in 7. One of the big yearly tournaments in Tekken 7 was actually won by a guy playing Panda. And it was like a really big deal in the pro scene that guy had won an entire tournament, like beaten the best players in the world playing Panda. It was a really big deal when that happened.
Raven, if you've received this request, you are one of the select few chosen to assist us on an upcoming assignment.
Anyway,
Our objective is to remove
4 S ranks remaining.
satellite cannon.
We're getting places.
The systems that operate the cannon are
And it's this one.
Your goal is to locate the
No,
generators
I've been
and
dreading this one.
destroy them. We only
Bro,
have
I
30
said
of
it
this.
like last Silent Line stream that this was probably going to be the worst or like tied for the worst S rank in the game. All right, let's get her done. Let's just see how it goes. I have that new reverse joint,
Combat system
like,
engaged.
dueling setup. We may start Nexus today, maybe. Keep in mind, the S ranks aren't the last thing to do. It's just that it's like the most difficult thing remaining on the list, so I'm doing it first.
Requesting mission update.
I have to unsubscribe. You guys see my tweet? If you don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, you should. I tweeted something very funny this morning that you might get a kick out of. Just saying. You should go look at it. Because if you haven't seen it, it is genuinely very funny.
They're everywhere. I can't move.
It's hilarious to me. I sent it to False, and she was like, what the fuck?
Status.
She couldn't believe it. She actually went and checked the timestamp herself because she didn't believe me. I don't use Twitter. You should fix that just to follow me on Twitter. That's what I think, personally. Call me crazy. Nexus C today. Bro, Nexus is gonna be, just moving on from Silent Line is gonna be great. I'm so ready. Like, Silent Line is fine. I don't dislike Silent Line. But man, I'm ready. I'm ready to be done with Silent Line at this point. I was warned this would be a bad 100%. I didn't believe people when they said that it would be really bad. I'm like, you guys, you know what I've done? Breath of the Wild.
I got it, Raven.
I don't know what else. Red Dead 2. I've done Red Dead 2. We're gonna do Red Dead 2 again. Someday. Someday. We'll revisit Red Dead 2 in its entirety. It's genuinely one of the most fun stream games too,
Watch out.
because of how ridiculous and wacky like all the various activities in the game are. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew this one was gonna be bad, but holy shit. Immediate wake up call, bro. Oh, that's right. He has that extension. Jesus Christ. He has the extension where you just can't lock onto him. Oh my god. Once that other AC is dead, you guys, it's so Jover. Like, actually, and he's about to die. And then it's just my AP is gone. I think he still has one use. Yeah, he does. Oh my god, he has more. I thought it was 4. Bro, please. Thank you. Jesus. I might need that same reverse joint setup. Use a weapon with manual aim? You overestimate my skill. You see, Armored Core S ranks have nothing to do with skill. It's knowledge and or luck, and maybe sometimes both. At least in old, and no, even today, even in like Armored Core 6, the same thing holds true. It's not about skill. You get the S ranks just by like using the weapons that are cheap to use and not getting hit, and that's it.
Combat system engaged.
Is to use Crow yourself. It's true, but consider how much defense I lose if I equip the Crow. Because the defense is really key. Like, sure, it just cancels out his Crow, but then, even when we're fighting fairly, I lose so much defense. I got an A rank, though. If that was an A rank, let me run it at least, like, one more time with the tank. Because if that's an A rank, All I have to do is just do it a little better. Like, just take a little less damage. So let's just try it again. Because it is, remember when I said luck, knowledge, or both? Maybe this is a both situation. Where I just use my super tanky, like high DPS setup. And I just hope for a little bit of luck where like my partner AC lives longer and draws his fire longer. Maybe hits more shots himself during the fight. I don't know.
Requesting mission update.
I need less than 10k repair deduction. How much did I get? Did anyone catch how much I spent on repairs there?
They're everywhere. I can't.
I got what you meant. I put it together.
I need an update.
I love how everyone, when we started like talking about S ranks, was like, oh yeah, you gotta be fast and not get hit and do this and do that. And then we did some experimenting and it's like, no, literally all you have to do is just not spend money. It's literally just about the deductions and that's it. You can just cheese every S rank in the game with that knowledge. Which I have subsequently gone on to do. I have absolutely put my money where my mouth is on this. And I've done exactly that. I have gone on to cheese every single S rank by doing this, pretty much.
It's locked.
Or some very small variation of it. Like with that reverse joint setup on the last mission, right? But basically, I've just cheesed every S rank in the game with this tank. There's like 2 missions that I haven't used this tank for. You gotta be fast and furious. I gotta be lucky as shit. That's what I gotta be. If you don't get hit, you won't get repair deductions, to be fair. It is fair. But like, you can so easily cheese it. Like everyone, the MGS3 video, right? Where I said like a lot of the bosses are too easy. And that was one of my like things that I brought up a lot throughout that video when I talked about the bosses. Everyone is like, bro, you just gotta do them non-lethally and then they're fine. And I'm like, if the bosses are only interesting on a challenge run, that's not like a good defense for the bosses. Like, oh yeah, if you limit yourself and you like force yourself into a specific play style that's not the way a normal person would play the game, then it's good. What? How does that... like, I'm sure they're a lot better doing them non-lethally, and I probably will try them non-lethally when we stream it. But that's not really a defense of the bosses. You know? Like, that's... Huh? Oh, God. My helper is going to die. Oh my God, wait. Hold on, chat. We've got something here. Potentially. Oh my God, he used Crow again. Jesus, that was a lot. What was my damage at when we finished up last time? Does anyone know? Has made me do non-lethally every time. That is also fair. The thing with the camos, you don't, like, there's no knowing that the camos are there. I had no idea the camos were there until I snuck up on the end and I got the moss camo. Because there's, unless there's a codec that I missed, which seems to be something that can happen for just about everything in that game, I never got any, like, inclination that that was a thing. I think there is, like, with my MGS3 criticisms, well, there it is. The tank got it done. Just had to get luckier. As soon as I saw him start sparking, I was like, oh shit. Because that time my helper did way more damage than on the first run before he died. And that genuinely just got me the rank. That was huge. I took like half the damage I did the first time. I did look at the Steel Battalion controller. That thing is ridiculous. Okay, 3 left. 3 S ranks left. And I've gotten an A rank on all of them. Just before doing the challenges or whatever, so they can't be that bad. Right?
Identical mission requests from
Right?
corporations. We've opted for a single mission in order to expedite the request and still meet all of their needs. Each of the corporations is interested.
Yeah, someone commented about the 3DS camera thing.
They want to determine the source of the signal that caused their AI equipment failures. Little is known about the area, but a cursory examination reveals
3DS
that it's
first
being
person
controlled by a
removes the
large
3D
force of
once you
unmanned
lose the
units,
eye.
almost
That's
as if
kind of
we're
sweet.
guarding something. In order to conduct the survey, we first need to remove the threat presented by the patrols. Head to the area and eliminate any targets you encounter.
The MGS3 video hit. It's more controversial than I thought it was going to be. I kind of had an inclination while I was writing it that it might get like that. But I've gotten a lot of comments that are like, bro, this entire video is just wrong. And I'm like, I said like 6 bad things about the game in the entire 53 minutes. If the entire video is wrong,
System engaged.
then the game is bad.
Sources detected.
Because most of the video is me talking about the game being good. And I gave it a 9.1 still, which on the Cole scale is still really high. I've definitely, there's been a strong fanboy reaction to the MGS3 video, for sure. I don't think enough people have played the Snake Eater version. Most of it isn't even that, because like the camera is kind of the #1 thing with that, and the camera's bad, right? The camera is rough. It's not entirely bad. I think it looks great in a lot of spots, but there's plenty of situations where the camera just fails you in terms of like what's on screen and what's not. But outside of that, is it really that different? Because I mostly went with it A, because like that's how the game originally came out. So I didn't want to like grade it based on a revision that happened like 2 years later. And B, there's also the quote from Kojima where he's like, yeah, we were considering using a free moving camera, but we decided not to because we wanted it to feel more in line with the first 2 Solid games. So I was like, okay. It not only is the way the game originally came out, like it's not only the original intended experience, but like the creator of the franchise also is on the record saying like, yeah, we did it that way intentionally. So I wanted to evaluate that version. But there were still a lot of people who were like, why the fuck did you play the version with the fixed cameras? But to be fair, there's just a ton of people who wanted that video to be a slobber fest.
There are 2 ACs.
And it mostly was, to be fair. It's been totally broken. Almost everything is over an 8. We've just been on a hot streak. I've been playing good games, simply. Oh, sweet Jesus. We might need the reverse joint. Leave me alone. Oh, not the sword. Yeah, we need the reverse joint. It's happening. Absolutely happening. Wow. That dude was tanky. Who would have thought? I'm just quitting. Didn't review the most played version. Yeah. You need to play more bad games to balance it out. Well, everyone told me that the upcoming Ace Combat games get pretty rough. To be fair, I've liked games that people have said would be bad before. I liked Armored Core 5 as much as I did. I didn't love Armored Core 5. I liked Armored Core 5. And I was warned like throughout the entire series that I was going to not like it, but I did. So who knows? And DMC5, you're wrong. You're an angry old man. Shush. Old man yells at cloud. This cloud doesn't exactly look, or shit, I fucked it up. Never mind. I was gonna say this cloud doesn't look exactly how it did in 2005. I hate it, but yeah, whatever.
Combat system engaged.
I messed it up. It's gone. It's dead already.
Sources detected. They seem to be protecting something. Raven, watch yourself.
Okay, Pulse Cannon is still super strong against the MTs too. Pop, pop, pop. Just feels purposeless. No. It's all about the cool, Ryan. Come on. It looks cool. And you feel cool. Just wait until 4 and 5 when it looks really cool. Like DMC 3 starts to look pretty cool. 4 and 5 start to look really cool. And honestly, the remake looks pretty fucking cool. In all, like Dante's animation work in the remake, or sorry, did I say remake? Reboot is good. I don't like a lot of things about the reboot. The reboot I'm pretty critical of, but there are certainly things that I like about it. And Dante's animation stuff in the reboot actually looks pretty sweet. I think he's really well animated. Pretty much looks like a potato. I'm more talking about like Dante looks cool, you know? Like the way that he animates and like all of his moves and stuff. Like obviously it's a PS2 game, right? So yeah, a little bit potato. Although I was just talking with False about this, and we agreed on it. And if me and False agree on something games-wise, it must mean that it's like 100% true without fail, right? But we were saying like PS2 graphics honestly aged better than PS3 graphics.
Target approaching.
Does anyone here disagree with that? Because like when I go back and play PS2 games, I genuinely, like, I think that they're easier on the eyes than PS3 games are. I think it's because PS3 games like got too close to, like, the fidelity got good enough to where you spotted like all the little imperfections throughout it, but they weren't good enough to like actually look consistently believable as you played. Like they kind of looked like shit. PS2 games just have like such a comfy look, like overall. Like you go back and you play a PS2 game, you see a PS2 game and you're like, oh yeah, that's a PS2 game. Like they have a look, you know, like PS1 has it as well. PS1 has it more so. PS3 aesthetic is the best. I feel like the big thing with PS3, and it's people have talked about it to death nowadays, but everything was just so like muddy and like brown and gray on the PS3. Aside from like the few exceptions that looked really good throughout the 7th gen, most of the 7th gen really did look super like muddy and gray and brown. And that was like it. Like that was the look. The piss filter. Yeah, everyone jokes about like the yellow filter that every game in like that 5-year span seemed to have. And it doesn't, like, when you upscale a PS3 game, it weirdly looks worse to me. And apparently to False as well, because she agreed. Which, again, must mean it's true. than like a PS2 game upscaled. After years of overly vibrant shit, I love the vibrant stuff. Like, I remember seeing trailers for like Far Cry New Dawn, and they had so much like pink in that game. Like a lot of the new like overgrowth and vegetation, like the flowers and stuff, was pink. And I was like, oh, that actually looks kind of nice. Like, it's so bright and like different from everything else. Like, I was totally down for one of the main colors of the game being pink, like a really bright pink.
Our mission objective is to destroy the reactor core that provides power to the facility. Once this is complete, a research team can be sent in to investigate.
This one might be bad.
Once the investigation begins, it is hoped that we can uncover information that provides.
We've only got 2 more. It can't be that bad.
Most importantly, what caused
2 more S ranks. It can't be that bad.
We must be proactive in our search for answers if we hope to avoid similar problems in the future.
4 looks so much better than 5? I don't think so. 4 is just really like... 4 is a good example of like the color thing with 7th gen. Is it all looks so like washed out and like blurred over, kind of. There's no more good Ace Combat games until 7. Unless you ask me.
Ravens spread out. We don't know the exact location of the reactor.
Wait, AHL?
Destroying the core is top priority.
HL?
Let's move.
Oh, Assault Horizon Legacy, the remake of 2. The remake of 2, I forgot.
Combat system engaged.
96? I think it's still at 95 because we haven't gotten any parts. Because remember, the completion doesn't go up based on how many S ranks I have. The only reason that I need the S ranks is that the completion is based on how many secret parts you've gotten. For the most part, like that's the main quantifying factor. So, like every S rank in the game, all ultimately ends up being like 1% of completion.
There's nothing here.
No joke. I wish it was a joke,
Keep looking.
but it's not. But even, you know, it is a percent, so that means I have to do it. So fuck me. Oh joy, yep. It's great, really. Oh my god, that hurts. Hopefully the allowance on the deductions is really high for this mission because of how many enemies there are.
Clear. It's impassable.
Oh god. We could always try the reverse joint if the tank like gets a super low rank because it's just slow as shit. Because the defense is great almost all the time. Because 9 out of 10 situations in this game, even if I'm taking all these shots, the defense on this build is so high that it doesn't matter. And I get the S rank anyway.
No sign yet.
That's the whole idea behind it,
Where to next?
is I just tank all the damage with the super high defense parts and breeze through without really much effort at all. But if I need a little more schmovement, that's what the reverse joint is now there for. That's why we made that thing. You know what's gonna be nice about Nexus as well, when we move over to that, once I finish up with Silent Line, is having another like fresh start. Honestly. Because really, like as nice as it is to have all the part carryover in these games, it's also super nice to just like start from the bottom again and work your way back up. At least for me. I feel like the progression makes it so much more interesting early on. Because once you get to a certain point, it's kind of just like, okay, I need a new build, and all I need to do to make it is just literally go into the menu and like put the parts together. It's more interesting when it's like, I need to make something that works out of what little money and part collection I currently have. For me, at least. Like, the budgeting aspect always makes things more interesting to me. God, this build is Omega cheese. It really is. Here we go, another big spawn room with the little guys. Just sit in a corner.
C30, clear. Something is wrong with my AC, though.
Dominant strategy right here, boys. Sit in the corner with a tank. They'll never kill you. They can't even put a dent in me. Look at this.
Varus is down.
Spawn camping them from the corner. It's just that easy. Getting the S ranks is hard, they said. I need a fresh start project. Honestly, I think every Armored Core game, every Armored Core expansion plays really well off of a fresh start. Because I did it for every single one when I did the review series. And I don't feel like it hurt my experience with any of them. And after doing this 100% run, I would honestly say going forward
Careful. Enemy targets
that so
ahead.
far from what I've played, I have not had more fun carrying over the save file yet. Like, on the whole, I think that fresh starting them is the better way to go. Like, at least from what I have revisited from the first 3 generations so far, I would totally recommend fresh starting the expansions over carrying your save file over. Unless you just really, really want to make the game easier on yourself. But having experienced the fresh start for all of them, it, like, coming back to them this way, it feels like I'm just cheating every game. Like, aside from the ones where I'm forced into a fresh start, like the start of a generation, other than that, it feels like I'm cheating, like, every single time. It feels like I start up the game and there's just zero threat because I already have endgame gear.
Just lost barbed wire.
It makes the early half of the game just uninteresting. And then, you know, you get to the later half and it's normal anyway. It's the same experience. So, like, I would honestly say fresh starting Armored Core is more enjoyable. I'm even, like, right now, I'm kind of considering fresh starting Last Raven when we do it. And, like, 4 and Verdict Day. Or, sorry, 4 Answer and Verdict Day. Just because, like, so far from the first 3 generations, it's like, yeah, you get a little bit of fun. I would say Gen 1 was the most enjoyable to carry a save file into. And that's mostly just because, like, having Human Plus. Same with Another Age, but to a lesser extent. In Gen 1, Human Plus kind of makes it different, but Silent Line, it totally felt like I'm cheating. Like, coming in with maxed out OPI and stuff, because Silent Line is a hard game with OPI. Like, on this revisit, it's still hard. Without it, when I first played it, like, without having all the parts and the what's it? Like, end game unlock that's literally prefixed OP. It feels like I'm just cheating the shit out of Silent Line coming back to it this way. I genuinely think that, like, for the future of Armored Core, I might just fresh start every time. I had way more fun doing it that way. The economy just makes things more interesting.
My energy gauge isn't recharging.
It really does. Like, problem solving is there, even if you carry over your save file. But problem solving, like, with a limited budget is just more interesting than doing it with an unlimited budget. If I had to unlock OPI on 99%. Someone said that it comes with the upgrades in Silent Line when you get it. Like, there aren't the challenges this time around. Oh. He destroyed the reactor for me when I was... All right, sure. I thought I had to fight him, genuinely. But I won't complain. That is probably just... When I get in there, start dodging him and blow up the... That's an S. First try. Tank beats everything. What can I say? Tank wins. It's all you need in this game. Big tank, free S rank every time. Almost every time. Very few exceptions, though. One more. One more S rank. It's the final mission, and I'm not worried about that one at all. I should probably bring the reverse joint though. I just, like, I'm not gonna S rank Ibis. Should we at least give it a shot? Should we at least give it a shot? I think we should. Let's give the tank one last chance. Maybe it can S rank Ibis. You know what? Give the tank its chance here. Let's see if it can do it. No briefing needed. We're going straight in. We're raw dogging this one with the tank. I don't understand why you can carry your save into 4 answer. You're just an entirely different character. That's the fun part, Lego. That's every Armored Core expansion except for maybe 3.
I'm waiting.
But at the end of Nexus, it's very heavily implied that your character dies. Like, there's just no way they make it out of there alive, genuinely. Gen 1, it's confirmed that all the protagonists are different, like lore-wise. Gen 2, it's not, like, outright confirmed. But considering that you're on a completely different planet in another age, and the fact that almost every expansion you're a different protagonist, I would say you probably are a completely different protagonist in another age. Verdict Day takes place long after AC5, like long enough that it's a different character sort of thing. Okay, maybe not the tank. 4 answer is like, yeah, 4 answer is similar to like Master of Arena and AC2, where it's like we know that Leos Klein is his own character in Master of Arena because he makes an appearance in AC2. It's the same thing with Gen 4, where it's like, yeah, because we see our character from AC4, we know that we're a different character in 4 answer. Almost every time you play as a different character. And there's no time that it's confirmed that you play as the same. Okay, no. That's just a no. The tank is not gonna work for this. Laser cannon is higher DPS, but you can't use the arm shield and the cannon at the same time. So the cannon is great if there's a really tanky target that doesn't really shoot back all that well. But if it's a target like that just hits me all the time, it's not worth it. It's not higher enough DPS to trade the defense, is the best way to explain it. It's really just there for like super tanky stuff that doesn't really hit me. God damn it. I would hate to fight against 621. I would love to fight against 621. You don't understand. I would absolutely love for him to be a boss in some expansion material. I think he would be great as a boss fight too. Because 621 is one of the very few characters or one of the few playable characters in Armored Core that has like any sort of development. So I definitely would love to fight him. Hold on. Ow. Can I just go past this guy? Is that an option that I have? Or is the door locked? Oh no, that door's open. See ya, bitch. I'm out. See, he's following me. He's in the hallway. What a psychopath. You can't see it on my radar, I know, but he actually was following me down the hallway. I just got super far ahead of him.
XA26483.
And took your build from that? That would be just crazy if it took your build.
Registration confirmed.
I definitely believe 3 and Silent Lines are the same. I believe that the protagonist from 3 and Silent Line is the same guy in Last Raven. Imagine being the best pilot in one day. I mean, you're not the best pilot at the start. You're kind of only the best pilot at the end. And that's kind of just because everyone else died. And I don't think the guy from 3 and Silent Line is the same. And it's not because of like any outright lore stuff. It's purely because at the start of Silent Line, regardless of whether you carry your save file or not, you are a D rank pilot. That is my reason that I will give. You're telling me that after the events of AC3, that playable character is still a D rank pilot? Absolutely not. No way, no how. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. We're fine. That like button looks so cool. Should I click it? I think you should click the like button. I think that's a great idea. Play as the tester pilot. After you get obliterated, they give you crazy human plus augmentations. That would be really good. You can carry over your save from 3 and Silent Line. Re-releases do not make it canon. No. No.
Establishing connection.
The portable release came like 5 years after. No. No. Stop that.
Raven.
You'd be fighting a god. And that fight in 4 answer is great.
Switching modes.
Does the glow like button thing work now? I don't think it works on live because in videos, I think it uses the auto captions on the video to detect it.
System
To know when to
phase
do it, I mean.
22-4.
Because I know that the auto captions are how YouTube generally monitors what is being said in content, like in videos, for keywords and stuff. It's one of the reasons that a lot of people on YouTube Twitter, and I don't feel like this is necessary, but they have a good point. A lot of people on like YouTube Twitter say that you should do manual captioning for all of your videos. Like manual subtitling through the YouTube dashboard for it. So that all of your keywords and stuff that you say will be 100% correct. Ow! Fuck off, Ibis! This is my last S rank, let me have it. Oh, sweet Jesus. Ibis adapted.
Confirmation check.
Did you manage to get both on 60 FPS stable on at least 1080p? Not 5 because of big bugs. But yes, but also my build has a 4080.
6483. My function.
So it's not really because they're super optimized. Or because my settings were super optimized. I just kind of have the hardware to like power through it.
Raven, can you hear me?
If that makes sense. Like AC4, I didn't even have to do anything to get more performance. It just was at 60, like straight out of the box. I just turned up the resolution and it worked. Cole made your mom joke again. I got an A on that. Okay, we're doing it again, and it's gonna be easy this time. Never seen it for the like button, but I've seen it for the subscribe. It's for both, but I don't think it works on live. Never seen it work on live, but some YouTube videos, it doesn't work either. I think it uses the captions. I think that's why. I think it just uses the video's captions. Ibis versus Ibis, which one wins? Are you calling my build Ibis? This is nothing like Ibis. What are you talking about, Willis? Willis? False.
I'm waiting.
Oh. You do say like and sub. I don't anymore. I haven't done it in a long time. I stopped saying it. And hilariously, my growth went up. I was like, no one wants to hear that shit. Oh my god. And people just like and subscribe anyway, to be honest. Like, even without a reminder, it just kind of happens regardless. I don't feel like it's necessary to say it anymore. Promise is not because of that. It's not, but I'm saying, like, you can just not say it and it works. Like, people will like and subscribe anyway if they like the video.
Registration confirmed.
It takes place like 50 years after. Is that true? I didn't know that. I need to be reminded. Some people do. But like, from what I've found so far, I haven't seen a negative impact from not reminding people. And in this case, the lack of a negative can be a positive because, like, you just shave down on extra fluff in the video. You get better watch time metrics. It's more engaging. You know, you get less people skipping around when you start plugging. Like, in this sort of situation, a lack of a negative is a positive. You gotta look at the big picture with it. Just say it super fast. It's still, like, people are just annoyed with hearing it, I think. Like, a lot of people just hear it and they're like, oh, skip. They move on immediately. I mean, just if you have videos where it's in there, go and look at your watch time metrics, like when you say it, or your engagement chart. You know, the one where it shows how many people are watching at certain points. Go and look at it. I'll bet you there's a dip right there. Used to yell at me to say it. I used to say it at the end because your videos kind of just ended. I remember telling you that. I was like, you gotta have something. There's nothing here.
Scanning target.
You hear how fast that scan complete came out? Yeah, it's dead. I was gonna say that health is dropping fast. Ibis is dead. I used to have a Markiplier like, yeah, but it was abrupt. Like it just, the video was going and then it was like, boom, outro screen. I hate hearing streamers say it because it feels like it's being forced down my throat. Like the auto Streamlabs thingy, it gets old and annoying. I usually leave streams. The auto Streamlabs thing is there so that I don't need to say it, pretty much. That is like the reason. Is this my S rank part? Your mission rankings are impeccable. Oh, impeccable. No one before you has ever displayed such skill. You guys. Look. I don't even need to say anything. They said it for me. Everyone is always like, oh, you're so bad at games. They've never seen anyone as good as me. They just said it. New part has been added. It's the MWG HGB 108 right. It's a weapon? It's a weapon. Now what's the part? MWG, ah shit, I forgot. Hold on. I'll go to it on mobile. Never mind. My mobile stream is busted as shit. Let me refresh it. Wow, that like button, that's wild. See, that's a different thing. Because it's like when you come in and you say it, then it's not me being annoying. You see the vision? Okay, I got it. It is the MWG HGB. I think 108, that says. MWG HGB. Heavy. No, I don't know what that is. HGB. It'll be here somewhere. 180. I saw HGBs. You guys, this game doesn't have too many parts. It's fine. This is actually a, I scrolled past it, apparently. Let Jess fix your bot. Bro, I have it set up the exact way that Jess said to set it up. Like, it doesn't work that way for me, for some reason. Dude's just busted. Oh, it's in the shop, son of a bitch. There it is. 6-shot, what? 6-shot handgun? You're kidding me, dude. A 6-shot handgun. Now, for those less familiar with what that means in Armored Core terms, that does not mean like it has 6 bullets in it total. It means it's a 6-round burst. What is that part? Oh my God, we're so close. Okay. Well, it's certainly a weapon. That's for sure. Where is it? I'll use it. I have all my ranks. I don't need to play well anymore. These last 4% are the like types. There it was. Oh, it's 108. Oh my God, it only has 100 rounds in it as well. Okay. That's fine. 95% still. I got the part and it didn't even bump me a percent. It's less than 1% of the total completion in the game, bro. You can't make this shit up. Okay. Armored Core Silent Line. Let me get that hidden part list up for the leg pieces. Okay. So this is just, I have to go through real quick. I won't be able to read chat. Actually, let me just pull it up on my phone. Boom, I can read chat now. We gotta see what types of leg parts I still need to use. And to do that, we just gotta check which of them I've unlocked. CLM02 biped legs. CLM02 will be somewheres. Oh, 02, these, yes, these. So we don't need to get those. That's one off the list. CLL 03. CLL 03. I'm looking. That was 01. Have I not done enough missions with lightweights? CLL 03. I don't think I have. I don't. All right, I need more lightweight missions under my belt. Luckily, I have a build. Let me throw the assault handgun on this bitch just to play with it. Oh no, I'm going the wrong direction, aren't I? That's weird. I feel like I've used lightweights enough, but I guess like if I don't have the part, I don't have the part, right? Let me double check it. That seems weird to me. Let me just go through like all the, I know that it's gonna be heavyweights all the way through, but let me be obsessive about it. And then let me go backwards. CLL 02, anywhere to be found. That's really strange if I don't have them. Wait, CLM 02, never mind. Yeah, CLL 03, or yeah, CLL 03, I was right. What interval do I have my timer set to? Let me look. I'm telling you I have it set right. It's like 10 different missions, focus on different. Oh, they have to be different? Fuck. Oh, shit. A new look is coming. I clicked off of that login too quickly. Interval 1, line minimum of 25 is what I have it set to right now, which clearly, if you look at the chat, that's not how it's working. Because the intention there is 25 messages will be enough to just clear the chat from the last one. One is every minute, I understand, but line minimum of 25 means that it should only drop one on that 1 minute timer if there's been at least 25 chat messages since the last one. That's the part that it's not doing. And even then, hold on, let me look at the timestamps. Oh no, the timestamps are actually working properly. That part's working well. But it shouldn't be messaging every minute in the event that there's less than 25 since the last one. And if there was 25, the last one would be like buried up in the chat. It's a sad day for our fellow Deep Cholts. Deep Cholt isn't a thing. Wake up. You're in a coma. Wake up. Your family misses you. Wake up.
Main system. Engaging combat mode.
Oh my god, this is the worst pistol. Oh my god. I forgot that it fires at the exact... Oh my god, burst weapons in old gen. Holy shit. You guys, this is the reward for 100%. This pistol. This pistol is the reward for 100%ing. Or sorry, not 100%. Is the reward for... every S rank in the game, you get given this. Look at that. It can't even track a target that's moving. That's burst? Yup. That's what the 6-shot means. When it says that it's like 2-shot or 3-shot or whatever in Armored Core, it means it's a burst fire. But they don't track in old gen. So every time I pull the trigger, it fires 6 shots on the location that I pulled the trigger at. Which, yeah, that's not what I want. Oops. Check this out, though. It's so bad. It's so, like, hilariously terrible.
Destruction of all targets confirmed.
But it fires like a normal pistol. It's just shit. It's just terrible.
Mission objective achieved.
That have to be posted in chat by your viewers 5 minutes or before the timer is scheduled to go off. It's from the last 5 minutes? Does it say that? Don't tell me. Yeah, it doesn't save the 5-minute thing. In my defense, in the bot, what it says is the minimum number of lines that must be in chat before the timer will trigger. Which even then, it's worded a little strangely. Does that mean for the entire... No, because you just Googled what it means. But even if you just go with that wording, it makes it sound like for the entire stream. Like the bot doesn't stop or doesn't start doing the little promo messages until there's 25 messages in stream. Which that is probably true, because when we do the starting screen, we don't get any bot messages at the start of stream. If we refer to ourselves, you can't stop us. We're gonna hold an official vote for the name soon. Deep Cholt will not be on the vote. You'll have to do a write-in if you want it. Let's go with wacky weapons. This is the default rifle, isn't it? Is that too wacky? Let's go with the 220 shot. I never use this shit. Isn't always here at the beginning of stream. I checked the other day and it wasn't here when you said hello. What? Are you sure? Like, was it maybe...
Engaging combat mode.
Maybe it wasn't, like, available to ping because it wasn't in chat yet? Because normally when stream starts, you can do commands right away. Thank you for reminding me. Don't enable her, please.
Keep them away from the generators. We'll be an easy target without power. There's no time to waste. I can't maintain.
Did anyone see that False, like, put the nickname Deep Cholt on me in her Discord server by chance? Did anyone notice that? That she forced the nickname Deep Cholt onto me non-consensually in her Discord. Anyone see that? Perchance? Any crossover people see that? It's crazy if you ask me. This rifle? Yeah, we're just gonna go back to the machine gun, I think. Machine gun for life. Like, the rifle's not bad, but there's just better weapons in this game. In a game where I probably have like over 100 right arm weapons alone, there's just better. The bot was user error as expected. It's okay, kind of. It is maybe user error, but also they didn't properly explain what one of the terms
Mission objective
means.
System switched to normal mode.
So the way that they word it in their own backend is not actually reflective of what it does. So I can't really be blamed for that now. Could have Googled why it wasn't working. I just kind of assumed that shit's broken, busted, not working right. Here we go. A new prototype is available. Specifically for my preferences. CLL03. Is that in the shop or is that in my garage? I didn't read. It could be in either. It's in the shop. Oh my god, I'm broke. Okay, well, I have it. Let's look for the next one then. Oops. These menus take a while. First of all, let's fix this travesty. Get that shit off there. Where's the 800? I thought there was an 800. Oh, there it is. Shit. Legs. Legs. Next up would be CLC. What is CLC? CLC? Tank legs. I have those. Never assume it makes an ass out of you and me. I hate that I just said that. My husband says it all the time. I mean, if you're married to someone, it's not wrong. Yeah, it's these. It's these. These are the secret ones for the tanks. Do I have the heavy bipeds? So it's gonna be CLH04. Once I get over there. Oh, hold on. I went too far. CLH. Okay. CLH04. I do not have these. I figured I wouldn't. What's the lightest heavyweight legs? I don't like playing with heavies. It's these. Now we just run the short missions again. You set the interval to 3. I set it to 2. Let's see if 3. Oh no, I did accidentally bump it to 3. I meant to go to 2. I went to 3, apparently.
Combat system engaged.
That would be right.
The gates that the infected blocks of the city have been sealed. We'll release the gate locks one by one. Eliminate any opposition you encounter.
My dad would totally say that if he ever
Area
cussed.
secured. Proceed to B block.
I can't imagine what it would be like to not swear. I would not be the same person if I didn't swear.
Area secured. Proceed to C block.
What a world where Streamlabs won't be going wild. 3 minutes should be enough to meet the intended goal of, like, it does it pretty regularly, but it also should only do it like once every time. Or sorry, it should only have like one message visible in chat at any given time. Like, chat should clear itself pretty much before it goes again.
Destruction of all targets confirmed.
You know what? Before I start this timer, I can call you a son of a bitch for that one.
Combat system is engaged.
That's just wrong of you. It's pretty tough to never swear around my parents. I never really didn't swear around my parents. I always just kind of went with it. Because that's kind of just how I've talked since I was like 14. Actually, I was worse then than I am now. I had a way worse potty mouth at 14 than I do right now. But I mean, it's just kind of the natural, like when you first start swearing, you do it a lot. Energy weapons that I can actually buy the parts. Oh wait, my percentage went up to 90. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I I forgot that I told that story. One of my buddies in high school, like senior year of high school, like I knew this guy for like 3 years. And I was like, I have never heard this guy swear a single time in like almost 4 years of knowing him. So I asked him, I was like, why do you not swear? Because like our entire friend group did. I was like, I've never heard you swear. Why is that? And he responded, I just feel like it's not necessary. Like I can get my point across without swearing. I can express how I feel without it. So there's no reason to. And I have never felt so passive aggressively roasted in my life, like called out in my life. That statement haunts me to this day, where he just was actually like, I don't feel like I need to. It's kind of dumb. Like, why would I? I was just like, excuse you. It's very important. How would I get my point across without it? What are you talking about, man? See, now we're just on the grind at the end. I'm glad that I saved this bit for the last, because now it's like a victory lap where I kind of just have to do random missions with random legs, and the parts will come through as they do.
Mission complete. Combat system disengaged.
Who would only say bastard because it barely counts as a swear? What was it that I said in high school? It was in math class. Oh, I called someone a prick. Like in math class in high school. And the whole room like went silent and looked at me. And I was like, what? And then my buddy was like, I mean, you just like swore like out loud in the middle of class. And I was like, swore? No, like, I mean, it's not a nice word, but it's not a swear word. And everyone sitting around me was like, it's a swear word. And I was like, it is. I just read False's message. I'm sorry, I have to read this out loud. What? I used to say bastard because my brother was one. And that's how I learned it. What?
Enemy strength is unknown. Proceed with caution.
Not that you'd think I would. I'm such an angel in the chat. There is a bastard though, no cap. This is only being said in context. This is not against the no swearing redeem. Again, you know, ooh. My voice is going. I can't lie. I'm feeling the hurt on my voice today. I don't know why, but I am. If I'm reading it out of chat, it doesn't count. TLDR. That's all that needs to be said. Born out of wedlock? What? But false. That's sinful. It can't be. Can't be. Cool. I'm not going to hell. That's not how that works. It's not the child's fault. Who's the real sinner here? Do tell. Who is the real sinner? It's not the child. Although actually, well, it kind of depends what part of the Bible you're looking at. You know, Old Testament, back when God was very metal, very not chill, relaxed dude. It was both. It was both back in that point. Because, you know, you got like Ishmael. Ishmael was not treated well because of his whole being born out of wedlock.
Callback system disengaged.
But imagine going to hell just because your parents an asshole. Back in the Old Testament, dude, that was a thing. That was totally a thing. Like, genuinely. Have you ever heard the phrase, the sins of our fathers? Very applicable to a lot of Old Testament stuff. Very applicable. God literally got character development? No, as a Christian, people who say God is perfect, like, it is. He genuinely changed over time. Like, if you just read like your own written scripture, he wasn't perfect and he actively made mistakes in the scripture and changed as time went on. He went back and corrected things. Like, that happens if you actually just read it. It's like, Jesus, man. Sorry. I'm Christian and I studied theology, like in school. So I get a little passionate about what I like to call kumbaya church teachings. Like the sit around the campfire and hold hands and talk about how great everything is teachings. They're bullshit. I'm adding a minute.
Raven, find a way to get their attention.
Bro changed. No, genuinely, like, if you read the scripture, he did change, like, over time. There's a very real difference. Like, if you just went from, like, early New Testament, like Genesis, Exodus, those really early books, right? And then you go read, like, the big four New Testament books, like Mark, Matthew, Luke, John. Completely different. Like, entirely different. The legit version.
Disturbance detected.
I am the not churchy kind at this point. Just the no church kind.
Security teams 1 and 2.
The legit version is wild. No, he's joking because, like, people are like that about denominations. Seeing an AC? Bro, I would be terrified. Have you seen some of my playthroughs of these missions? Bro, I have run over so many cars doing this. My religion is the real one. It's true. Mine is, it has to be correct. Otherwise, I wouldn't believe in it. Right? I'm not dumb enough to be fooled in such a way. Of course I've actually read Darwin's evolution theory.
Operation successful. Thanks for your help.
Mission complete. Callback system disengaged.
Just going to work. I have killed so many civilians in previous runs of this mission. It's actually like it's classic Armored Core, you know, war crimes and mechs. That's just how it is. Don't mean to bring up religion. False, false, false. This is my chat. I will speak my mind. And if you disagree, I'll ban you. Low tier God. We all know it. I clearly have not used heavyweight bipeds in this game very much. The lightweights took 2 missions because I've at least used them 8 times apparently. This time around, we're 4 in and I haven't gotten them yet.
System engaged.
Raven, be careful.
Trust me, my uncle works in heaven. This sounds very real and true. Shitty ass cult leader? No, that's prime cult leader behavior. What do you mean? Kill the non-believers. That's exactly how this works, False. Clearly you are the shitty ass cult leader. I know what I'm doing. All right? Can't say you believe in another. I mean, shit. If you super chat 420 right now, all your sins are forgiven.
All enemy targets
Trust.
destroyed. Mission complete.
Is that an offensive joke?
Mission complete. Combat system
I'm Christian.
disengaged.
It's fine. My people aren't, mine aren't either. Clearly. It's like Scientology. You can also, yeah, you guys, like we can have God and alien overlords. Come on. Come on. I'm 5 missions in now. How little did I use heavyweights? See, these payments are getting too high. I know that those are going to be long and actually difficult. See, like 10,000, easy. If they're only paying 10K, this is an easy ass mission. Clearly. Clearly.
Combat system
I love that in Last
engaged.
Raven, you see people running around. They never bring that back. I wish they did, because it is hilarious to like just see people, like people in Armored Core is so different. I feel like I was about to say that like Gen 4 could have been like prime opportunity for that, but considering how massive the necks are, like think about how small the people are standing next to your AC in Last Raven, and then look at Gen 4 and see how big the necks are compared to the normals. I don't even think you could see the people. They would just be like little dots scurrying about. They would be like ants, genuinely. You wouldn't even see them. Hello. I want to go to the Church of Scientology someday. I want to see it, but that requires me going to LA. So I probably won't. But I do have somewhat of an aspiration to go and just see it. Maybe take a picture in it or something. Scientology stuff is like astrology. Okay. Okay, let me...
Complete. Combat system
So you know... Here. The best way that I can describe Scientology, like genuinely without exaggerating it, here's the one thing that I can tell you about Scientology, like core beliefs. And you can go and do your own research from here, but this gives you about what you need to know. The core belief about why humans are on Earth is that aliens from another world came down to Earth and put us here. Like, we are from somewhere else, and aliens took us here, put a bunch of us here, told us to populate the planet. We did. And they haven't come back yet. I'm not bullshitting you. This is like core Scientological, terrible word, by the way, belief. I'm not bullshitting you.
Raven, this due to the facility.
Oh, not the airport. No. What do I do? What missions do I do? I've done the really easy ones. I can't do the baby mode easy ones anymore. This one only pays 17K. That can't be bad, right? I'm gonna bring a little friend. Actually, no, I still need the money. But it would apply to all life. Possible life came from frozen water in a comet that hit Earth.
System engaged.
Or aliens did it. Yep. Like, it's not necessarily a theory that you can be like, oh, well, that's wrong because this. I mean, you can't. But at the same time, most people, when met with that theory, are going to be like, I don't know how I feel about that theory. Because it genuinely, it's like, why are we here? And they responded with the aliens meme, right? The guy saying aliens from that one TV show that I can't remember the name of. Just to suffer. You guys, I haven't played the game yet. I only know like that line. I know why are we here just to suffer. I don't even, someone the other day dropped like the whole copy pasta in my chat. And now that I know that that whole thing is genuinely from Metal Gear Solid, I just cleared it immediately. Zeus never kept in his pants. Greek mythology, Zeus was a dog. Zeus was wild. Oh, that's what I messed up earlier. Gonna go missing for at least half a year. Have you seen me? I'm too stubborn. I would not be, like, you gotta make me go missing permanently. There's no positive outcome. As soon as I'm out, I'm gone. I'll find a way. If you have wronged me that significantly, you ain't getting away with that. I'm too stubborn to let it slide. Zeus 100% deserved what Kratos did. He did. He had it coming. Zeus was a freak. He really was. He really was. Although, so was Loki. Does anyone know? I mean, I've said it before on stream. This is like my favorite Norse mythology tidbit that a lot of people just don't know this bit. Because, you know, like modern adaptations of Norse mythology just don't get into it because it's so wild. Loki fucked a horse. And bore its child. Like, gave birth to its child. You know Sleipnir? You know Odin's horse? Yeah, it's also Loki's kid. Loki was the OG trans. Loki was the OG, not trans. What's the word? Why can I not think of it right now? Intersex. Loki had both. Hold on. Loki had both parts though. For the record, just so everyone's on the same page. Because back then, it genuinely was seen as like a blessing from the gods to be intersex, like way, way back. I can buy these ones. Those are still too expensive. Like back in super, super old society, the majority of like the shamans back then were majority intersex because they were seen as the individuals within the society that were like directly blessed and chosen by the gods. And so that's how Loki was portrayed as well. Fun fact. Crazy fact, but fun fact. Quad legs. Quad leg parts are next. He could shapeshift though. That is true. Do I have quads? I should actually have quads, shouldn't I? Because I used them a lot at the beginning. Hold on. We're looking for MLF RE06. That was 05, these ones. We're looking for 06. 006. 006. There. Boom. Got him. Thought so. Hovers. I do not think I have hovers. I doubt it. But we're looking for MMLR MX Leaf. Leaf. I'm gonna say I don't have it. Who would have thought? What's the max weight on any of these? I'm just gonna need as much weight as I can. Is it these? Four, ooh, that's a hover. Canoe time. Wait, I can carry this? Oh, I don't even have to change the setup with the canoe. Badass. 97%. 97%. We're getting places. We're getting places. We're getting somewhere. Absolutely. I hate the canoe. It's trash. Best weight capacity out of the hover class, which makes it the best of the hover class because the weight capacity is dog shit on these legs. You can carry no firepower on hovers. That's like the main reason that I dislike them, is that I just can't carry shit when I'm using hovers. It's why I don't love lightweight in old gen either. I love lightweight in Gen 5, but we'll come back to that.
Combat system engaged.
Loki in the corner of a room, rubbing his hands together like a fly. They're fast at least. I mean, even these are, like, this is as heavy as hovers get. And these are pretty speedy. They're not the speediest of the class, but like, you're still moving pretty quick for being able to pack as much firepower as I am here. So I like the canoe. Oh.
Area secured. Proceed to C block.
I know there are younger people in this chat when someone mentions Futa. I mean, that's kind of on me. I started talking about Loki. It's kind of my fault, to be honest. Imagine if the guy who wants me banned over the your mom joke could see us now. Futa? Is that not? Is it Futa? Oh, it would be because it's Japanese. Yeah, it would be. It would be Fu. There's no like few. It's Fu. Got it. You know, you'd think I would get that right away. Because I've been, to be fair, I haven't studied in like a week because MGS3 video. And now I'm playing catch up from the MGS3 video, so I still have to just be putting in hours right now to actually get myself back on schedule after that. So I just haven't studied in like over a week. Things are getting out of hand in this chat. Things have gotten out of hand. What happened? What is happening in this chat?
Combat system engaged.
Raven, an enemy force has boarded the sub. Take them out.
We might actually use hovers in 3.5. At least in Nexus. I used them in Nexus a bit, and oh my god, they felt really strong there. We might. It's not a promise, but we might. Does anyone know how bad or
There's no time to
not
waste.
bad.
I can't maintain our speed with less than 60%
100% in
power.
Nexus will be. Has anyone here done it before or attempted it? Does anyone know? Loki is up to mischief to this day. Loki was just a bit of a freak, little bit. Reviewer stream of the Deadly Premonition games. That's a name that I know, but I don't like immediate. Like I don't know it.
The sub is secure.
Survival horror. That's why I know it.
Thanks, Raven.
2010. 2010. Access games.
Mission complete.
Hold on.
Combat system
This isn't right.
engaged.
What? Hold. Stop. Rewind. I need to. I'm looking. Something here can't be right. Is there only one? You said games plural. I'm only seeing the one. Is there just the one? There are two? Aha. Found it. Hold on. What the? Why does the sequel have 3 developers? And why is it... Okay, it did get a PC port. Why is it only... Why was it originally a Switch exclusive? How many caps is too many caps? That apparently was too many caps. First one was considered charming. I've probably heard of the first one, but Access Games is crazy. Because Lego's message before it got bonked, yeah, that's the studio that made the PSP Ace Combat games, the 2 of them. It's that studio. It's that group. And 2010, it would have been around the same time, roughly speaking, that they made the PSP Ace Combat games. It would have been like that group. It's not even like, oh yeah, it's same studio, but you know, enough time passed that's not really the same staff or anything. No, that would actually be a lot of the same staff. If you do like a whole line, that's probably too much. Yeah, I think if it's like full sentences of caps, that's when the thing starts to freak out. Oh, they also did the 3DS remake? I didn't know that bit. I thought they just did the PSP ones. Wow. Wow. Hover legs go burr. The MIP mapping on this level on emulator also go burr. Doesn't really work all that great. There we go. Got caught on a rock. Hover legs my ass. If they hovered, they could hover whoop, right over the rock. You would think. Clearly not. What's up with that? How do the physics work on that? FromSoft, explain. What? You see me get stuck up? You see what I mean? Oh, you guys are starting to push it. You guys are probably getting pretty close. Legos was a little over 2 lines of text, at least the way that my monitor is. The one that got him timed out. So you guys are getting there if you just keep slowly ramping it up, which it seems like you're going to do until someone gets bonked. Armored Core OST always slaps. True. And a lot of the OSTs that get no credit also still slap. Go listen to some Verdict Day music. No one's ever told you to do that, but do it.
Combat system engaged.
Come back to me after you've heard a little Verdict Day music, if you haven't already. Oh. There it was. This is what too much silent line does to chat. Silent line is almost done. Almost. We have 3%, you guys. It's just these leg parts now. It's just these leg parts. We are at 97.
Disturbance detected. Seal off section B26.
The FromSoft band that plays shows. I've heard. I've heard of the band. Because they did some music in 4 and 4 Answer, I'm pretty sure, right? Said band did some of the tracks on those soundtracks. There's literally, they haven't done any Souls music to my knowledge. So pretty much FromSoft just has like an Armored Core band. That's basically it. They have a little band that just does Armored Core music. I think it's one of the guys on the sound team's band, if I remember reading the stories about it right. It's like one of the guys who was on the sound team, like a long-time sound team guy at FromSoft. I think it's like his band that just kind of became the Armored Core band, like come Gen 4 and stuff. Frequency, there it is. Not yet. Hovers are probably, we're gonna need to do a good few hovers. That was 4 missions so far. At most, it'll be 10 missions. So we'll see. So far, we've gotten 4 done. I've definitely used hovers a couple times at least for like the water missions. The ones that are just literally, oh, wow. On the water. There. I knocked my pop filter loose. That, you probably heard it. That definitely made a sound. There's no way that that didn't make a sound. Oops. My bad. You guys shooting at? Oh, I did get him. That was a friendly. Doesn't matter. We move on. Oh my god. There we go. Pulse cannon on hover legs actually goes kind of hard because I don't need any energy to boost around, so I can just spam it. They have a best of album. What kind of, do they have milk on there? Because if not, wasted opportunity. Do they have milk? Should have just painted your tanks differently. Or, hear me out, give them an IFF so I don't shoot them. Just a thought. They don't have milk? It's not worth a listen then. The one thing I need in my life is a milk remake. You guys heard that shit? It's a bot. Armored Core 3 Milk.
Combat system.
The name also just helps me remember it very easily. Because it's super randomly named. I have no idea why it's called Milk. Question mark. There's a song in Armored Core 3 called Milk, and it's a very good song. One of the best Armored Core songs. Their live they have a live performance of Cosmos. Okay. Maybe it's worth listening to. Maybe. Whew. I'm just spamming the button. If you couldn't tell, I'm just trying to get through it quickly. Not paying a terrible amount of attention here. Wow.
Mission complete. Combat
Why Milk? I have
system
no idea why
engaged.
it's called Milk. The answer? I have not. Prefer Gen 1 and 2. I also think, especially Gen 1, overall has some of my favorite tracks from the Armored Core series. There's just a lot of good stuff in AC1 and Master of Arena, because Project Phantasma got no new music. Actually, I think it got like one song, didn't it? But other than that, it was all reused from the original game. But then Master of Arena, they did a new soundtrack. I remember that. That was like the 6th mission. AC6 had maybe the worst. I've said it with AC6 before. But I think the music in 6, if you just go and listen to it on its own, is really good. You just can't hear it in the game. Like, it's mixed so quietly. At least when I played, like, there were only a couple tracks that were really mixed loud enough to be like noticeable in that game. Because there's some crazy bangers on 6 still. Like, there's some really good shit in there. And a lot of it I just never even like heard until I listened to the soundtrack on its own. Like, it felt like I was listening to a bunch of stuff for the first time ever when I listened to the soundtrack. Contact with You is top tier. The Man Who Burned the World is also great. Rusty's theme is mixed loudly enough that like everyone knows Rusty's theme is really good. I'm trying to think. Contact with You is like the go-to for everyone because that one is mixed loudly enough. Anything is better than 5. 5 had good music. I once heard people say that that Last Raven had bad music. To this day, I don't know what that person was talking about.
Watch it. They have control of the gun batteries.
Because that was before I had played Last Raven. They were like, oh yeah, when you get to it, you'll see like the music is bad. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then it just wasn't. Music was fine. All Mind goes hard too, you're right. All Mind is a good one. Five and Verdict, especially Verdict Day, but 5 has a good soundtrack too, I thought. Verdict Day is like actual top tier, like probably top 3 Armored Core soundtrack for me. But 5 is also good. That won't hurt my pay at all, don't worry about it. I've played this mission too many times. I hate this mission. The amount of attempts that I had to do to get the hidden parts for this, I don't even want to be here right now. This mission sucks. I'm sick of it. If I ever play this mission again, it'll be too soon. Shooting the cannons out of spite. There we go. I forget you have to double tap with the hovers to actually like fly, unless, or if you're moving, you have to double tap. That's not with the hovers, that's all legs. Ignore me. Unless tank legs, except for tank legs, they don't work like that. Tank legs always fly because they can't boost along the ground until Gen 5. And then they become OP because boosting along the ground is like the one bit of secret sauce that tank legs needed all along, apparently. And I never knew that until they got the ability to boost along the ground. I was like, oh shit, now we're cooking. I can play with tank legs and actually move. Unheard of. Gen 5 tank legs are absurd. Tank builds in Gen 5 are horrifying. In a good way. Good horrifying.
The enemy is retreating. Thanks for your help.
Mission complete. Combat system is engaged.
How much the AC6 OST reminds me of Blade Runner? Yeah, they went for like a very like 80s synth kind of sound for the whole game, and I really like it. And I feel like it fits the game really well too. But it's just so quiet compared to like all the other sound effects. You just never hear it. You think there's a mod out there to just boost the music volume that we could download for when we do 100% at the end? Because that would be great. I would download that if there was just a mod to boost the music levels like universally above what it normally is. I bet that mod alone would change people's minds on the soundtrack. If that's not a thing, someone has to make it happen. Just make the music louder. That's like the actual only problem. What is this one? We just go in. We go in blindly. 10-hour pile bunker sound effects. It's not even the pile bunker. Like, it's not all the, it's the beeping. Like, everything is loud, and you know what's even louder is the goddamn beeping whenever you're getting warned that something is coming at you. Just constant. My God, my throat is dry. I don't know what's happening with my voice today. I don't know where this is coming from. But I am probably pushing it. Have you ever had a copyright strike on the music of a game you played? Yes. But it's pretty much always a false claim. Not to say it's never legit. I've had legit ones before, actually. But what's it? Normally, it's on games where the studio isn't copyright striking me. It's someone abusing YouTube's copyright system and falsely claiming the video just to collect the revenue from it. I always dispute it. I've never had someone get away with it. Like recently, my Atomic Heart streams from like this time last year when that came out just got a bunch of claims from one guy who was randomly like, yep, I own the rights. I get the revenue from these VODs. And I was like, no, the fuck you don't. Get out of here. I disputed it. He dropped it. He didn't want to have to pay legal fees on it because he would lose. And I absolutely am that bitch who would sue you for damages if you falsely claimed me and didn't drop it. Don't think I'm not. Have you met me? I'm absolutely that bitch. Because I know I'll win. Like, sure, it's a big down payment, but if I know I win, it's like how the Yuzu team right now is probably actually going to go to court with Nintendo from what we've heard so far. Because Nintendo has... Anyway, I haven't talked about this on stream yet. You guys know the Yuzu thing? I'm sure a lot of people in my chat know about this. If you don't know, Yuzu is like the predominant Nintendo Switch emulator, and YouTube just sued them, saying that their emulator is hurting Nintendo's business and game sales and stuff because it's facilitating piracy. But the thing is, they're not going to win that case. They did have a case against Dolphin, which a lot of people have brought up. The thing with Dolphin is that the Steam version of it was going to include the decryption keys to dump your own games. So Nintendo actually had a case against Dolphin. I said YouTube did. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Nintendo sued them. I misspoke. I think I read the word YouTube out of chat. Nintendo sued them. My bad. Nintendo. Sued the Yuzu team, saying that they're hurting their business. And Yuzu team so far has been like, yeah, we're probably gonna go to court with it. Because Nintendo doesn't have a case. Because guess what? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Emulation is legal. Piracy is not. And if all they're doing is putting together an open source emulator, they're not facilitating piracy. The facilitating piracy is like uploading game copies or hosting a space where pirated copies can be obtained. Stuff like that is facilitating piracy. Like if Nintendo sold like a piracy site, then, you know. Because emulation is totally legal. No, they didn't do anything illegal. That's what they're saying is like, yeah, we're probably going to go to Nintendo, or we're probably going to go to court with it because Nintendo doesn't have a case. Like, there's no law against what we do. Look for the secret vent. Is it required? Isn't it over here? Going to break down. I didn't hear what she said because I was talking about Yuzu stuff. But yeah, Nintendo, by the way, when they do stuff like that, Nintendo has good lawyers. They know that they don't have a case. This isn't like ignorance or thinking they do when they don't. What this is trying to bully a group of people that they think won't pay the fees into taking the emulator down. What Nintendo emulator? Yuzu? The Switch emulator? They got sued recently by Nintendo. And it's probably going to court because Nintendo is suing for something that isn't legal. Or sorry, isn't illegal. My bad. It is legal. They're suing for something that isn't a crime. There's a Switch one. There's one for every system. Of course. The only systems that aren't emulated currently, to my knowledge, are PS5. PS4 emulator exists, to be fair. It just doesn't work. The emulator isn't the one giving out the pirated games. Yeah, that's why they don't have a case. Like, they're suing because they facilitate piracy. But, if the emulator devs aren't giving out either the games themselves, or it would be illegal in the case of what happened with Dolphin, for anyone who's like, but didn't Nintendo win a lawsuit against Dolphin? They did. What Dolphin was doing was they were packaging the decryption keys for the games with the emulator. So what that means is that if you got the emulator, you also got the console's decryption keys to get past the DRM that was on the discs. So that you could actually like dump an ISO and use it without having the keys on there on the physical CD. Does Dolphin still work? Yes, but they don't package the keys with it anymore. And their Steam release got shut down. Dolphin was gonna get put on Steam, but their Steam release got shut down because of it.
Target destruction confirmed.
Nintendo victims just do what they're told instead of spending a shit ton to go to court. Yeah, it's genuine, and Nintendo knows that. Nintendo has a history of doing this too, where they throw out lawsuits just to bully smaller companies or individuals into doing what Nintendo wants, or more accurately, to no longer do what Nintendo doesn't want them to. Like, if there wasn't such a public outcry over the Point Crow, like, copyright strikes and stuff like that, back with Tears of the Kingdom coming out last year, they would not have backed off of that. The only reason they backed off of that was because they saw how terrible it was for their PR. So they just let the people, you know, have that. Dolphin is the big GameCube emulator. It's a GameCube and a Wii emulator in one, because the software between them is practically identical. It's a 2-in-1 because you know why the Wii can run GameCube games? It's because the Wii is pretty much a GameCube.
We've just registered a breach in the security.
I'm sorry if this has shattered anyone's memories of the Wii back in the day. But yeah, Dolphin is a GameCube / Wii emulator because the software is basically identical between the two. I mean, they only came out, what, like 4 or 5 years apart? I think it's 5 years apart.
It looks like they intend to place time charges.
Nintendo basically just used the exact same software on the Wii that they did for the GameCube. So the emulator for the GameCube also happens to work great for Wii games. And the Wii was able to play all your GameCube games because it didn't even have to emulate them. It just worked on the system. Like, the Wii was just the GameCube that did a couple extra things. It had slightly better hardware, but barely. It was basically just the GameCube again. Which, the GameCube was super ahead of its time when it came out. So, like, they got away with it pretty easily. Although even then, the Wii is looked back on as being kind of a piece of shit because its hardware aged so poorly. But at the time, they got away with it for all of like the first 2 years.
A charge has been attached to one of the subcondensers.
It's like how the Switch got away with having terrible hardware for the first like 4 years or so. Because when it first came out, it was like, okay, it's weaker, but it's a handheld. So like, sure. It wasn't until more recently where Switch games started to like first party Switch games that are specifically made for the Switch are now dipping into like the 20s in terms of frame rate. And it's like, okay, Nintendo, we need to move on. We need a new console. This doesn't work anymore. Or you get, what was it? Pokemon, what was the one after Arceus? What were the Pokemon games after Arceus? Someone throw me a bone. The really buggy ones. The terrible release ones. Wii U had some good games. I never bought the Wii U, so I wouldn't know. It seemed all right, but even then, like looking back, there aren't many games from the Wii U that I'm like, oh, I need to play that. I still to this day don't think I've played a single Wii U game. Actually. Scarlet and Violet. Thank you. In that case, the frame rate was dipping into the teens for a first party title. That was when everyone was like, okay, we need a new system. And Tears was the really big one. The fact that Tears plays at 20 FPS like half the time, that was the big thing. Oh my God, we're still going. There's going to be a little more silent line at the start of next stream, isn't there? Because at this point, I've still got 3%. Still got it. Oh my god, I watched, this is completely random, but for a moment there, I kind of heard my accent slip. And it made me think, I saw a video recently of a guy from Minnesota who looks barely any older than me, right? Like early to mid 20s, definitely. And he was like, I just had an interaction with my neighbor where I realized that it was the most Minnesotan thing that has ever happened to me in my life. And he goes into the story where it had just snowed, and he and his neighbor are both, like, his neighbor is outside shoveling his driveway. The guy who's telling the story goes out to shovel his driveway, and he looks over at his next door neighbor. People from Minnesota aren't going to get this as much, but maybe it's still entertaining. I just realized that no one is going to understand this the way that I do.
Raven,
he looks over at his neighbor, and he just kind of nods, and he goes like, yeah, it's that time of year. Snow's here.
It's just been confirmed.
And he was like, and then before I even realized what I had just said, I, for whatever reason, just felt the need to follow it up with, and I think it's gonna stay too. It's, the most Minnesotan shit. He's not wrong. Like, it's just one of those things that people say here. Like, oh, the snow falls the first time people are like, snow's here. That time of year.
The enemy is on the move. Hold your positions.
Armored Core, silence, suffering. It's bad, man. It doesn't end. Why does it not end? It's gonna be me. I take solace in knowing something, chat. When I get old, I'm not going to become my parents. I'm going to become like an old Minnesotan guy. Genuinely, I've thought about this before. My parents are both from like opposite ends of the country. They're both so distinctly different. My mom is East Coast, my dad is West Coast. I'm not any of either. I'm just like pure-blooded. Oh yeah, bud. Fucking grew up with the snow, didn't I? You know how she is. Like, when I'm old, I'm gonna become like a character from Fargo. I'm not gonna become my parents. I at least take solace in that, but I'm also kind of scared of what I might sound like as an old man when I just stop fighting it and I just fully give in to my natural ways of speaking. I do a great job of holding it back until occasionally I say something. You know, we slip a little buddy or a or something like that. The Midwestern goodbye? What is the Midwesterner goodbye? Wait, let me take a guess. Is it where instead of saying goodbye and leaving, you stand at the front door and talk for 30 minutes? I know the, is it the Irish goodbye where it's like, oh yeah, you just disappear without saying anything? Is the Midwestern goodbye? Yeah. Every time, dude. And if it's not at someone's house, you know what me and my buddies do? We stand by our cars in the parking lot when we go to like meet up for dinner or something, like get food, whatever. We'll go out to the parking lot and we'll like stand around our cars and talk to each other for like another 20 minutes before we actually leave. Immediately I was like, wait a minute. Is it what I think it is?
Mission complete. Combat
Sure
system
thing.
disengaged.
Burkett? That one I just refuse. It was just naturally coming out on that one. And then people told me I was saying it wrong after I had already said it like that for like 15 streams. And at that point I was like, you guys, it's Burkett. Like you waited too long to correct it. Now it is just, it's Burkett. It is. That was the 9th mission? No. That should have been the 10th mission. Did I just waste my time? God, there's so much like delay in these menus. Like sometimes a menu opens and you're just sitting there like pressing the open button for another menu and it just doesn't. Hovers. MMLR. Double MLR. I don't have them. I don't. But I also could have sworn but that was 10 missions. Maybe it'll drop on the next one. Is this the airport?
Raven, this...
Yeah, fuck it. How is it supposed to be said? Bearcoot, I think it was. Oh, Burkoot. Burkoot. Bearcoot.
This is awfully.
Combat system engaged.
It's like you're in rural Minnesota. I've talked about it before. Something that Minnesota does not get credit for is that as soon as you leave the cities area of Minnesota, it is one of the most redneck states. And I lived in the South, you guys. I'm dead serious. I've lived in the South. It is so redneck in rural Minnesota, like unbelievably. Like 90% of the state is farmland. I don't think it's 90. I think it's like 80% of the state is farmland. And like just, you know, you go out to farmland and like every town has like a population of 200. Like no one lives there. There's one main street with like 5 businesses on it and a gas station or something. It's so redneck in Minnesota outside of the cities. And no one talks about it. To be fair, like 90% of our population is in the cities. It's kind of like a Canada situation where all of our population is just focused in one area because to live anywhere else just kind of sucks. You know how like in Canada, everyone lives in like southern Canada? Like along or relatively close to the border? Because it just sucks everywhere up north of that. It's that sort of situation. As soon as you leave the cities in Minnesota, it's just nature and farmland. And that's it. Is a Ukrainian thing? It's a Russian plane. It could be Ukrainian. It could just be used by the Russian military, but like developed in Ukraine. That could completely be it. Burkoot. Takes like 15 seconds to get from one side of town to the other, going 25 miles per hour. Exactly. He knows the kind of town I mean. He knows the kind of town. Also, I am a big fan of the Irish goodbye. If it's like a large group gathering, I just leave. I'll say goodbye to like whoever I've been directly talking to or hanging out with, and then I'm out. I leave. I think it's a mix of me being socially awkward and just post like,
Refueling complete.
I swear to you, when I turned like 16, I just stopped caring. I got to this point where I'm like, I don't need people to like me. If I'm done, I'm leaving. I'm just like, I'm out. Don't care. I'm gone. I'm so glad that I got like that too. I used to be so painfully awkward and I cared, and it was the worst combination. At this point, I'm just like, yeah.
Thanks, Raven.
I'm a little awkward. I'm just gonna leave. I'm out.
The transport is clear.
I went to images, now I'm seeing the plane. There you go. Cool plane.
Mission complete. Combat system is engaged.
The reverse wings are neat. Are you gonna drop me my leg parts now? Where are my hovers? Where are my hovers? Give them to me. 98%? I would like to see it. my mail. There's my prototype part. We go buy the legs. Oh, legs are this way. Oh, they're 100K. Holy shit. It gives you the percentage anyway, just for unlocking, I think. We're still at 97. That might be a problem. Okay, let's just go look at the reverse joint legs. I'm just gonna act like that's not a problem, that we're still at 97, and we will confront it later. We are MLB MX008. This, but 8. Don't have it. Didn't think I would. Oh wait, I need a booster. And we're overweight with the booster, of course. Give me that crazy. Oh my god, there's one with more boost power on it. Holy shit. Give me that. Fleet booster, of course. The one and only. Or about cool mechs and jets. Hey, we played Street Fighter yesterday. Played the new emo boxer with the cool Venom, or not Venom, sorry. Psycho powers. So I did use reverse joint for some of the S ranks. Reverse joints, we shouldn't need to do the whole 10. I was confused as to why the word came up. Yeah, on the Ace Combat streams. What's it called? I say it a lot because it's a plane in the games, and so I'm like, yeah, the Burkett. I was so alone in chat yesterday. It was a slow day. Clearly, no one likes the boxer. I see how it is. I thought he was kind of neat. His design could use some work. I didn't love his design, but he's animated really beautifully. Great character animation. Like, when he's actually in motion in a match, he looks sweet. I liked him. We go to C block. Shirtless men fighting. Yeah, apparently everyone wants the return of the panda bear. I know that now. I've heard nothing but people hoping for Panda's return lately. I get it. You know, everyone likes some ranked matches with the Panda on stream. Especially because, for some reason, I'm actually a pretty good Panda player. And I haven't hit the point in the game yet where we start to D-rank. Like, we've still just been climbing the rank ladder without fail. Like, we just keep going up. So the ranked streams with Panda have been great. We just keep going. But yeah, Ed's hair is bad. Ed's hair, like, if his hair was different, his design would be so much better, is the thing. The hair is very questionable with that design. Like, you could get away with the open jacket and the skinny jeans if you didn't have that hair. You could get away with it. I still don't love the skinny jeans. I think that's also a weird play. But if he didn't have the hair, it could work. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's about that time. There's still at least one more Silent Line stream in us, and we might have more after the leg parts, turns out. There might be still like a missing % or 2 when we get there. I'm just gonna not think about it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead, leave a sub, come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Ace Combat 100%. What else are we doing, chat? Devil May Cry S ranks. Maybe a Tekken stream because people keep requesting for Panda's comeback. I see you. Maybe. We're doing a lot. Come back for any of it. Oh, Elden Ring. Elden Ring has been fun. We've been doing Elden Ring. Great game. Still a good game. DLC coming out in a few months. I'm so ready. Anyway. Also, if you enjoyed, like stream, blah, blah, blah. If you're looking for the Ace Combat reviews, check that out in the pinned message. We last did Ace Combat 6, but we're like 9 videos into that series. So if you've missed any of them, that's the whole playlist. You can get caught up very conveniently right there. If you're looking for things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever, especially Twitter, I have a funny recent tweet on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. Very funny. Those are in the description. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.